Hello. Let's see, how do I stop being Kristen?
Hi, Julie.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well, I think. I'm
Hi,
ready.
Julie. Did you get a little more rest, I hope? I mean, you've been up. Hey,
I did. My daughter, actually, she left for work this morning and I was still not up.
good.
It was about 7:40.
Good sign. Good.
Actually, she goes, you slept forever. Because I fell asleep around, I don't know, 7:30 last night.
Oh,
And it was 7:30 this morning when I got up. I said, I needed it.
That's impressive. I'm good to hear.
She says, are you okay? And I went, well, and that's debatable, but yeah, I got plenty of sleep. But now I'm ready for my nap again.
Yeah, naps are very underrated.
Oh, man. They're so welcome.
I agree.
I don't understand why little kids don't like to take naps. They don't realize that when they get to be our age, they want them.
You know, I don't understand why my coworkers get upset when I take a nap.
That's because they're jealous.
I was going to say that could have something to do with jealousy.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hola.
Tony, what'd you have for dinner?
My mother had just threw on some homemade pesto pasta.
Oh,
I had I had the end of the ham. I've discovered online that there was a ham and pineapple pasta recipe, believe it or not,
wow.
with sour cream, and it was good. Who
Yeah.
knew?
Really? Because those combinations don't sound good
No,
together.
I know. I totally know, but it was good, and now I've got the bone to make soup.
Oh, I love soup.
There you go.
Any two of the three together are probably okay.
I
Yes,
know.
I agree.
My excuse was, oh, it's FinCom night. If it's awful, we'll just, I don't know, snack.
Pretty awful. You can always order pizza.
It was perfectly fine. Remarkably.
But I had pizza, gluten-free pizza. It was delightful.
Where do you get that?
And Stop and Shop in the organic section. It's called Amy's. The crust is made from cauliflower, broccoli, and sweet potato.
Oh, sweet potatoes are awesome.
It was really quite good.
I'll look for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, and we need to congratulate Deborah. She has a new granddaughter.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Took a while, but she showed up.
Aw. That won't be the first time she makes her mother crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time, but it won't be the last.
And she has a beautiful Gaelic name.
What's the name?
And
Well, it's
We
either
don't know how
you
to
can pronounce
pronounce
it
it.
two ways, Ayla or Isla.
Oh, how interesting.
Right.
It means bearer of light.
How nice.
I find that most, about 1/10 of baby names mean bearer of light or light.
Yeah.
Or joy.
Or joy.
Or
Yes,
joy.
joy is a good one.
Do we have a quorum?
we do. We have a
do.
quorum. We
Oh, we
have
have a long, okay.
Vanderslice, Penny, Tarmy, Warren, Barba.
McMacken is away on business.
Yeah, McMacken's away in business. Dana is here. Judy is here. And we're joined by Allison and Tony. And that's it. So we have a quorum.
Joy has PTO, she told us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
She did. So it's 6:36 and the meeting is in order.
Great.
Off we go. Minutes?
Yes, I sent out the minutes this afternoon. I hope you had a chance to look at them. April 11th. Any comments or questions? Edit?
Looked excellent to me and thorough as usual.
Thank you. So, is there a motion?
I move that we approve the meeting minutes from April 11th.
I second.
Okay, Barba,
Aye.
Beatty,
Aye.
Sheehan,
Aye.
Vanderslice,
Aye.
Warren,
Aye.
Zahora,
Aye.
Carmy, aye. So that's unanimous. Thank you.
All right, excellent. So we move on to, what do we have to do? We have to finish off Article 24, which is the short-term rental committee version of that article. Article 25, which is the citizens petition version of that article, and the cover letter, and that's it.
Yay.
Yay. Well, okay, I guess I'll save that for when we get to the cover letter. So I'm going to share my screen, and what you hopefully will see in a minute. Oh, how do I do this in Zoom? By the way, we discovered another quirk of Zoom this afternoon, we being Michelle Capano and I. How do I share? Share screen. Here we go. Apparently, Zoom will let you schedule 2 meetings at the same time and with the same meeting number.
Oh dear.
So we were almost inadvertently had a joint meeting with the whatever the housing production committee.
Wow, that happened once before.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. And we're not entirely sure how to avoid it, other than just keep a lookout, at the meeting.
Well, when you go into Zoom, you can see what is upcoming meetings are scheduled.
Yeah, I know. We're not entirely convinced yet. Because I mean,
What are you sharing, by the way? This is a lovely picture of.
It's either Holland or it's the California Super Bloom.
Looks like China to me.
It's actually neither. It's someplace in Japan. It
Oh.
is the Bing picture of the day. That's not
Oh.
what I wanted to share. I wanted to share.
Perfect day for it.
Yep. So my background changes every day to the Bing picture of the day.
Hey, so Bob, while you're doing that, sorry, I apologize to everybody, but Tony, can you give us an update on the Coast Guard housing item story today?
Right.
Do we have time for that?
Maybe we should put that at the end.
I mean, what I'll do is I can tell you quickly, we posted something on Facebook today in response to that article. Did you see that, Dana?
Listen, I didn't see either. Can you give us a synopsis?
The Lynn item put an article out, that kind of really gave this impression of the Coast Guard housing eviction effort has been dismissed, and that like the town is no longer pursuing that, which is misleading because it's only reporting on a portion of the litigation process. It's really difficult for us to comment on media inquiries when they're asking us about stuff we're in litigation on, especially when the contact, their like source of information is a party to the litigation. So they reached out to us and said, oh, we were told that the case has been dismissed. Do you care to comment? And our comment back was, this issue is very much still in litigation, and therefore we won't be commenting until it's resolved. And then they wrote an article saying, I think the title of the article was Nahant Coast Guard housing case dismissed. And So it gives the impression that the town is walking away, but that's not the case. So what I posted today from the Board of Selectmen was, normally the town does not respond, and this is quick. Normally, the town does not respond to news articles. However, in this instance, the article in the Lynn item is misleading, and so we believe a response may be helpful. The Lynn item article does not include all relevant information and gives the false impression that these issues are resolved. This is unfortunate because it may result in confusion amongst remaining Coast Guard housing residents, as well as mislead residents that are interested in the status. Town is continuing in the direction set forth by town meeting vote and hopes that the remaining residents find adequate alternative housing in the near term. At this point, about 2/3 of the properties are now vacant, and the town will soon be soliciting bids for demolition of the vacant houses. And the town has a loan of 1.8 million that is due in 2025. The lots will be sold to pay off this loan. It's actually January of 2025, I believe. So it's in the past, we've said 2024, I think.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
definitely January 2025.
Yeah.
Tony, thanks for that update. It wouldn't be the first time, an article in the press got something wrong, and it certainly appears like that. And just one follow-up, do you think there'll be any need to revise your legal budget going forward based on where the legal case is now?
I don't think we're at that point yet. I think we're okay. We actually,
Okay.
if you recall, we had there was funds appropriated that we could dip into if we need to for professional services, so. But right now we're good.
All right, well, thank you, Tony, for that update. We'll look forward to the following the case as it develops.
So, long story short, we ran into some procedural technical setbacks in the litigation. Mass Housing Corps is very tenant friendly. So, even with that, we had 12 tenants and we're down to only 3. So we have, made a lot of progress. But, the remaining tenants, are really seeing us through the litigation process. So we'll just keep going with it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Thanks.
All right. So are you seeing Article 24 on your screens now?
Yes.
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 A Zoom question from a Zoom newbie. How do you know in Zoom which screen is being shared?
On your end, it should have like a green outline.
Oh, it doesn't.
And then when you hit share screen.
Yeah, I
numbers
get
pop
to
up.
choose. I get to choose. I know I get to
Yeah.
choose, and I chose this one.
So we will only see this, even if you click on another,
Right. Yeah, you don't see what's over here, right?
yeah. We'll only change from this if you hit new share.
Okay. I was expecting, I don't see a green outline, so I have no way of knowing which of my screens is being shared. I do have a little green bar on the other screen that says I'm sharing. Anyway, all right. So this is how we left our recommendation for Article 24 on Tuesday night.
Bob, excuse me, could you make it print a little bit bigger?
I can.
That's good, thank you.
Are there any proposed changes to this? And I can just start us off. I have only one. I'm wondering, should we someplace in this introduction to it add the sentence something like the Finance Committee joins the Board of Selectmen and the Planning Board and the Short-Term Rental Committee in recommending Article 24.
Oh, I like that.
I like
I do
that.
too.
It shows the broad basis of popularity and thought that's gone into it.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we put it?
Right at the beginning.
The Board of Selectmen, you know, for the record, have never voted on it because it's not their role to provide a recommendation.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
So we,
So
do
we
we
can't
strike
use
them? Or-
I think I would, you know, if you want it to be a matter of fact, I think keeping it to the Finance Committee and Planning Board, and obviously the short-term rental committee would be factual.
Can we say that the Advisory and Finance Committee joins the Short-Term Rental Committee, then the Planning Board, and then so forth? Short-Term Rental Committee is the lead author of this.
So you think they should go first?
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. What does the committee think?
I think they should go first.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, out of respect to the committee, yeah.
Oh, but they're the one, I don't know, I think the Finance Committee, we're the ones who are making the recommendation.
And we're joining them. We're joining their,
Dana was just saying, put them in front of the Planning Board, Deborah.
Oh. Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yep. Yes.
Like that?
Nice.
Okay.
I
An-
think-
Anything else in here that we want to change?
I actually would like to change something. I would like to add back, if there's a way to do it, and maybe Dana can help me on this. Dana, when he first gave it to us, had bullets in it. And last night, I was tired at the end of the night and my lappy crashed. I think bullets can be helpful. I think they can tell people in something that is actually fairly long and complicated exactly where they should look. So I'm wondering what others think about putting bullets back in. And Dana, where would we put them? Or well, first, what do others think about restoring bullets?
Where were they?
In number 4,
In 4, okay.
Oh, which is lots of pieces to it. Yeah.
yeah, right after the first paragraph. Bullet number 1 would read, the special permit from the Zoning Board of Appeals applies only to short-term rentals that are not owner occupied. And I can do that again.
Oh, all right. So, but what's,
I mean, do
I
we,
don't see the
what's the-
need for the bullets.
I don't either. I think we have the necessary, like, we don't have bullets in anything else. And yes, I agree, this is important. However, we have kind of the important things spelled out in these little paragraphs.
Yeah, I'd like to build on what Barbara was getting to. Let's think about our audience. People of the town that aren't all dialed into this issue like we are. And it can help them in understanding. This is a key point about this special permit. And that's why I put the bullets in there in the first place.
But for the most part, these are short, concise sentences.
Correct.
So I don't see the need for bullets.
I think we need to be consistent in format.
Yeah, I mean, we could put those ideas or bullets that you have in the paragraph so that it's there. I just don't think the bullets are, I don't think it does anything for us.
Maybe
I
not
think it
us, but
doesn't-
what about the people of the town? That's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I think it makes it, I do think it makes it more readable. And with respect, Judy, I don't think we need to be particularly consistent. It depends on the nature of the information we're trying to, if it's a list,
the list?
maybe
But
they're
is
useful.
this a list? It's not.
No, it's not a list.
No,
It's different points that he's trying to highlight, I think. It's essentially what's in that paragraph, isn't it, that you want to break down into bullets?
Right.
Yeah, there was some editing that came in, and so my version, the bullets have been embedded back into the paragraph, and I'm with Barbara. I feel like I want the bullets there for understanding, but and I also understand the other side. People don't, they want to be concise, but
All right,
You-
let's go
that's
back.
that's not necessarily, hold on, I got the floor here. Whoever's trying to speak over me. But I'm just talking about the understanding these two key points. And I know people want to be consistent because we don't have bullets elsewhere. But these two statements can help the people understand this key part of the special permit. I'll just leave it at that.
So take the bullets and copy them and put them in the chat so that we can put them on the document and review them.
Yeah,
Will
good.
do.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Thank you. How do I- Oh, man. Bad.
And thank you for considering this.
How do I get to the chat?
Need some sort of a, don't we need some sort of a noun after the non-owner occupied in line 2 in that paragraph?
That is the noun. It's a non-owner occupied. It's the description of the unit, I guess.
Oh. I think that makes more sense. Like the way you just put the units. Also, if we're going to be really picky about
Right.
grammar, we need a hyphen, I believe, between owner and occupied, because that whole thing functions as an adjective.
So, wow, 2 hyphens in one?
Yep.
I put it
Yes.
out there. It's
Yep.
under the chat now.
Man. Look at that.
And I'm gonna do the second bullet here in just a minute.
So can you get to the chat, Bob?
Yes, somehow the menu appeared as soon as Dana sent his chat.
So while you're waiting, if you wouldn't mind, typing out short-term rentals at the end of that first bullet.
I agree.
Oh, it's awfully long to look at, though. I mean, we're gonna
Yeah,
keep
but
it-
I think ST, we haven't designated that stands for short-term rentals.
I think if we do that at the top, in the top paragraph, then every time we refer to it, we can say STR, and it is
We'd
less
have to be,
cluttered.
we would have to be consistent with it in all of our statements
Yeah.
about short-term rental.
Yes, but it makes
In
it more
article
visually.
And in the next article.
You also got an equal sign instead of a hyphen under the non-owner occupied.
Okay, that's just the way it came over in the chat. Hang on.
Yep.
Hang on.
Yeah, that was my fat finger typo.
Short-term rentals that are not owner occupied or owner adjacent.
With a hyphen and owner adjacent.
That's redundant though. Because the first bullet says the special permit applies only to non-owner occupied. So why do we then say short-term rentals that are owner occupied or owner adjacent will not require a zoning board special
You're
permit?
just, yeah, you're
That's
You're
true.
reversing the same statement.
I think it's meant to make people feel more secure.
The other thing is too, I wanted to mention that the way the regulations or the supporting documentation is written, there are 3 different types of short-term rentals.
Right.
And so to be complete, That's why there are two bullets there, to describe all three. As it applies to the special permit.
So again, I believe you could do the same, you have two, I believe you could do the same thing with a sentence.
We do the same percent with
Right.
us.
We do, but I'm coming around to Barbara's and Dana's point of view. I think that the bullets make it really clear where something is a little bit complex and there's so many if, you know, things.
I don't know. To me, this is more complicated.
I agree.
Oh, look, it even wants a third hyphen.
Well, there is a famous quote that goes something like this. Repetition is the foundation of clarity, and that's why it's repeating.
Oh, I don't think we need to repeat.
No.
I agree with the others, but
It's restated in a different way. I mean,
the distinction between the first and second bullet is not clear. I agree with that. Not clear.
What if we just take the first paragraph and make each of those sentences a bullet point?
Right. If we cover everything.
Yep.
So I'm still,
If we need to do
Well,
bullet,
what,
Wait a
what,
minute, wait a minute.
what is the problem we're trying to solve?
Clarity and helping people know exactly where they should look to understand the differences very quickly.
So why is that unclear?
Because some people, I understand this from some people, when they see verbiage in a paragraph, it's like they just skim over it. Their eyes just go,
Yes.
whereas if they see bullets, that draws their eye exactly there. That's what happens.
so what I was suggesting is, instead of reinventing the wheel, retyping all these, just take that paragraph, which begins with the highlighted sentence, make each one of those sentences a bullet point.
Actually, why don't we do this? Why don't you say special permit requirement? And then I don't like the way that this is a special permit requirement, and then you jump into the differences between Article 24 and 25. I think we could start the sentence and say the key differences between the key difference between Article 24 and 25 is the requirement of a special permit. And then you can bullet point and say non-owner occupied, owner occupied, whatever.
Okay, but you need something to lead you into those bullets. You need a phrase that.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. The key
What's the
differences between Articles 24, the key difference between Article 24 and 25
Yeah,
is the requirement for a special permit.
and
And
then,
then the special permit from the ZBA applies only to non-owner occupied short-term rentals. Short-term rentals that are owner occupied or owner adjacent will not require ZBA permit. Let's see, special permit is important because it allows for public process to Nahant residents. And then you have your bullet points and your basic sentence. Although I do, yeah. You have a key difference, but it's the key difference, or the
You want to make
The.
the A of the,
It's the. Yes,
it's
I
the
think
key
that's-
difference.
the
It's
key
not
difference.
A, yeah,
what I just did.
so it's the key difference.
The key difference between Article 24 and 25 is the requirement for a special permit. Now you go, and then I would probably start off. Did you keep the sentence? I mean, the paragraph so we could see what was in it? Yeah. I would start off with, and actually I would include the sentence, the citizen's petition does not require a special permit.
Yeah, I think that should be up in the beginning too.
Yeah,
Up in the
that's important.
beginning.
Right there, yeah.
And then I would say the special, I would have, is important, or allows for public process. A lot, yeah.
Tony has posted something in the chat.
Yeah.
That might be a good sentence to use. A couple of good sentences to use.
And if we're going to say special permit and cap it, some places we have to cap it everywhere.
I'm not sure as of right is an expression that means something to everybody. Does it?
What's that?
That phrase as of right,
It's in the chat.
yeah, it's in the chat. It's in Tony's
Oh.
suggestion.
Hold on, I gotta look at the chat. Let's see. Where,
As of right is confusing.
I mean, you might just say are permitted or something.
Yeah.
well, I mean, as of right is the right
It's
legal
a legal
term.
term, but I don't think everyone's gonna,
Oh, no, we're making this worse, not better.
Yeah, I agree. That the as of right is a legal term. and
No, I think the key difference between Articles 24 and 25 is the requirement for a special permit. The citizen's petition does not require a special
Yes.
permit.
Right.
This, and then I would say the
So-
committee feels the special permit or I don't know, and then list down the special permit from the ZBA applies to non-owner, short-term rentals, don't need the permit. And then I would have the other, that other line, that, why it's important. It allows for, the, public process, where the public can attend zoning board meetings and provide input.
that's a little redundant. I mean, a public process would be enough, wouldn't it?
There's
No, I think they need to know they can come to the meetings. That's important.
Can I go back to a sentence that was taken out? Please?
Sure. We haven't taken anything out.
Let's say it's been edited, but anyway, the sentence says, and feel free to change this or whatever you suggest, Peter. Residents of Nahant can attend a meeting of the zoning board and comment or object to a special permit because of community impact, among other reasons.
I think that's good. That adds something.
I don't think it's needed.
I like it because it tells people
Hey,
who are concerned about how this is going to impact the town. That they
Exactly.
don't,
Oh,
that
yeah.
they don't even have to have a specific reason about a specific one, that they can just come to a meeting and
But it also does reassure them that if their neighbors are, if they're worried about what's going on in their neighborhood, that there's going to be some recourse.
yes.
So it looks like you're gonna have to copy and paste that into the chat too. I don't think it's still in here.
well,
No,
this-
'cause
this
that
is-
was-
this
that was
is
taken out on
everything-
Tuesday.
This is everything that was,
Right.
we're making this complicated.
It is
I'm
complicated.
fine with it.
No, wait.
It doesn't
I'm
have
fine
to be
with it.
complicated, guys. It really doesn't. I think I
It's
think
simple.
frankly,
residents can
we've
attend.
over-engineered this.
Yes, the rule is there's a special permit required only for non-owner occupied units.
Right.
Period. Anything else doesn't require a special permit. And if we want to add a second sentence that says anything else doesn't require a special permit, that's fine. That adds something. But I'm concerned about these, just putting unrelated sentences into bullets doesn't help. Bullets are for enumerating things that kind of all belong together. That would be too cumbersome if you tried to list them out in a sentence format.
So if you
Well,
leave
actually,
these two as
you
the
know-
bullet points, if you leave these two as the bullet points and you add that sentence that Dana just read to the bottom of the top paragraph, but to that paragraph. And then I would say we were done.
I
I'd
think
agree with
Peter's
that.
right.
Yeah.
I go for that.
Yep.
That makes sense, because the bullets are
Compromise.
the distinctions.
The, one thing to, it's right in there. The sentence is still there
Is it?
below, yeah.
I didn't see it.
See where it says Nahant residents? Residents can attend zoning board.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to provide input.
In comment on special permit.
What,
But be
what
as a
is,
sentence, not a bullet, as Peter suggests.
Yeah, it's a
Where is that
sentence that
supposed
goes
to
up
go?
there.
After the
there.
bullets.
okay,
That's good.
Or at, yeah, or after the bullets.
so how does that lead us into the bullets, though? I mean, these bullets,
But
just,
put that sentence after the bullets.
It could be after the bullets because it interrupts the flow if you have it before.
okay,
I'm just,
so lead us into the bullets. What gets us into those bullets?
The citizen petition does not require a special permit.
Right. And then it distinguishes between the two types of special permit.
Exactly.
That, I mean, the ones that are.
One type of special permit.
so the key difference between Article 24 and 25 is the citizens petition is I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay,
The citizens petition does not require a special permit.
That stays.
And then you're right, you should have some sort of sentence that is the committee's recommendation. I don't know, for the I don't know.
I
Why
think
can't we just leave it the way it was, though?
I think it was fine. I think it leads into the bullets. It
I
I
explains
think we've
what-
spent too much time on this, frankly.
Yeah, let's move on. I think this,
Just a-
it
just a
explains
quick-
what the special permits are, right under it. You get that. But we have to capitalize special permit or not cap it.
And then
That-
could I
Can
add
I-
one thing, Barbara?
Yeah. Yes.
Excuse me, but Nahant residents can attend zoning board of appeals meetings and provide input on special permits.
Well, we set up above that the special permit is the function of the zoning board of appeals, so that's pretty implied, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I
I'm
agree.
good with the
I
way
think
it's
it's-
written.
Yeah, let's add and provide input on special permits. People just need to know that they can go.
So can I just make one comment for you guys to
Sure.
consider? You're not clarifying that the top bullet applies to Article 24 and that the second bullet applies to Article 25.
Good point.
Oh,
They
yeah.
actually, but it doesn't.
what?
It actually both applies
The
to
24,
Article 24.
correct.
Okay,
So what we should have is maybe, and this is what I think what Bob is referring to as a lead-in.
Yeah.
I would put above, right after permit, I would put in Article 24 requires a special permit. What is that?
Oh,
What you doing,
But that
Bob?
means, I don't think we want to make it longer. How about if we
No.
put the citizen petition sentence at the end of the whole thing?
yeah.
This is
Now
not-
it's getting more complicated.
You know, because we're making it more
Well,
complicated.
then let's just go back to, you had those two bullets. I think that was fine.
Sometimes you just need to, cry uncle and start again. Right? You've got a couple of sentences. Let's go back to where we were. And this is the time where we just spent 20 minutes on something that has not helped us at all.
Right. And I hate to say it, Bob, but I think what you're doing is not helping us at all either.
That's fine.
No.
I think we had it. I think to Tony's point, what we're showing in the bullet points is Article 24.
Right.
yes, I was just,
How about if we start with this, we could say, the citizen petition does not require a special permit, but, or it's not, we begin there and say, the key difference between 24 and 25. So you put the thing about the citizen petition at the very beginning before the key difference.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you start with that at the very beginning. And then, so the citizen petition does not require a special permit. The key difference between, and then you could put Article 25, the citizen petition, Article 25 in a parenthesis. So you know we're talking about them both, but then you have the lead into the special permit right before the bullets.
No, Deborah's saying you
No.
put that first, that for that sentence, the citizen petition does not require a special permit. That's the first sentence
As a paragraph.
of the paragraph.
Yeah, to me, that's confusing because we've been talking about Article 24 all the way up till now. and
This is Article 24.
I know.
We haven't gotten to Article 25
Right,
yet. So
that's my point. So why are we
Right.
beginning the paragraph with talking about the citizens petition?
Article,
Um,
you're right. So Article 25 requires a special permit under the following conditions,
Article
And you-
24 does.
or something to that effect.
I think you take the citizens petition sentence and put it after the bullets. You have the key difference between this Article 24 and 25. And then you're listing what Article 24 requires, and then right after your bullets, you can say the citizen petition doesn't require either of
Yeah, I
these.
think Tony's right.
Yep,
Article 24 requires a special permit for non-owner occupied rentals. And again, which would lead me to taking away the bullet points because you're
Right.
putting it in the sentence. But
I think we should go back to the original paragraph.
well, I agree, we need to move on, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had it, didn't we?
I think we had it in the original paragraph. Just my opinion.
I think you might finish with occupied unit, just the way Tony suggested, and then put the citizen petition thing at the end in a
Yes,
sentence, after the two bullets. We're trying to highlight simply the distinctions,
right.
the differences.
yes, but what you're failing to understand is that we are talking about Article 24. This
That's
is
why I
Article
think we should put
24.
25.
And we need to highlight that in Article 24, there is a special permit requirement. And then below that, we should have Article 25, the citizens petition does not require a special permit or does, yeah.
I
Yep,
think Deborah understands it.
yep,
All right. So
Are we taking out that first bullet then? Because the first bullet says what you just typed. The special permit from the zoning board of appeals applies only to non-owner occupied short-term rentals. And you've just written, this Article 24 requires a special permit for non-owner occupied units. We're repeating.
I know.
Okay,
Listen, this
Yeah.
is not getting, truly, this isn't getting us anywhere. Let's go somewhere else and come back. Because we've really, we're not any further than we were half an hour ago.
Okay.
Unless you think this is it. I'm worried about time. We've spent too much time on this.
yeah, I thought this would be easier to do, but I was looking for something that was gonna be clearer and easier to do, but this is
let's-
taking a long time.
Let's do the cover letter.
Yeah.
Okay, I sent a couple of edits this afternoon. I mean, pretty late. I liked it. Nice and short, to the point.
Yeah, I liked it.
I saw it, I liked it, yeah,
But can you go through the edits that I sent?
If I can find them, I can.
yeah, I went
For
through
those of
it.
us who hadn't read it, though, it wouldn't hurt to just go through let us read the thing.
Okay.
Or actually, maybe Judy, it is more, effective if you just say where you think there should be changes.
I don't, I know, I use track changes specifically so we could find them. So if you
Oh.
could find it, Bob, and just pull the track changes, if you don't like them, the answer, we could just not accept.
See track changes there. I can't just open it. I have to download it. Sorry.
Do you want,
Nope. Hang on.
okay. You can only view this document, didn't have edit position. Oh, because you got to enable editing.
I'm sorry. We're not going to edit this one. We're going to edit the other one.
Well, I mean, you can
Or we
edit from this one.
We could edit from this one. That's fine too.
That's, no. You've got to go back and hit enable editing.
Oh, it'll let me do it. Excellent. But I should
Make
still,
it a little bit bigger.
yeah, we should still just make sure it saves all our changes automatically as we go along.
Sure.
So if we throw this on the desktop. Okay. And then we want this bigger.
So if you just click on the red, you can see what was there before.
Oh, yours is definitely better.
Yeah, yours is more concise, straightforward.
I mean, I did like that you were starting with us with something happy. I thought that was terrific.
Yeah, I like
With a
the
great idea.
So
Yep.
you can click on that line again, you can just see the shortened version.
I never knew that. I just learned something. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay.
You know what? There's that last sentence in the first paragraph, it says, we are
Thank you.
excited. We're missing a word that.
Thank you.
I was overzealous in my,
Yeah, I kind of like this, Judy. Good job. Can I just quibble
No,
about a question about one thing?
sure, of course.
The major sewer repairs are complete? Is that
Yeah.
what we want to, I don't think they are, but am I missing something?
Well, we could say the Linway.
The Linway, yeah, because the causeway isn't.
Well,
Yeah.
can
The
you say them?
causeway and the pumping stations aren't done yet
pumping
either.
station, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's more accurate. Thank
Yep.
you.
I'm blanking. That's how you spell Lynn, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
2 N's.
Long week, Bob, long. week.
You're not drinking enough, Bob.
No. Well, wait till the meeting's over.
It
Yeah.
used to be King's Lynn in England.
Wow.
It was King's Lynn. And I don't know what a Lynn is, whether it's some kind of geographical feature, but it was King's Lynn.
Wow,
I
okay.
think that this is good, but again, I think that as yet unratified needs to be all one kind of hyphenated word.
I'm trying to figure out, could we get rid of it? An increase in, how about the unratified, the, not,
How about the coming or the expected? How
Unratified.
about the expected collective bargaining agreements?
And that's a good word, expected.
I like that
Tony, what do you
too.
think about expected?
I like expected.
By the way, Lynn is a Welsh name meaning lake, waterfall, or pool.
Bob,
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. I told you it was a
I
geographic.
can't get that 30 seconds back in my life.
Yep, I told you it was a geographic, and so King's Lynn meant the King's Lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was not listening to anything anybody
Yeah,
said.
of course.
Tony, is expected collective bargaining agreements?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good, good.
That's fine.
Oh, wait.
So
yeah.
for the expected.
Expected
yeah.
collective bargaining agreements.
And we're getting rid of as yet, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Yep.
I think it should be the expected.
Yes, the expected.
Yep.
Yep, that's good.
Next
I'm not
bullet
sure.
point, Bob, the room where the heating and air conditioning system was repaired, the
Yeah.
auditorium.
Correct.
You wouldn't call it
Auditorium.
auditorium room, just auditorium.
It's the
Right.
cafetorium.
Well, it's call it
Call
what
it
you
what it
want.
is.
It's always been called the auditorium, but it's both the same.
So it's basically the room,
The room,
The big
Yeah,
room,
it's-
the biggest room.
the biggest room in the school.
the biggest room except for the gym.
Yeah.
Appropriate use of the cash.
That's funny. The cafetorium is a real word.
Is it a
Oh,
real
yeah.
word?
It's a
Yeah.
school
It
word.
must say a word thinks it is, so then you know it's true.
It's a
No, it's
cafeteria.
absolutely a real word.
Yeah.
We
cafeteria.
thought
always
they
say
made it up.
cafeteria or a cafe or something, but it's actually cafetorium.
I thought you made it up. Okay.
Hey, so
Uh,
one other thing to note, I kind of like the use of bullets here.
That's
How
what
about, how about this, guys? Instead of
Hey,
saying
Dana,
look,
that's
appropriate,
what made me think of it. That's what
Right,
made
but
me
wait,
think of it.
no, wait, hang on, before you go off on that,
oh,
you
we
have
really don't want to
something
go there.
here
Let's not go there now.
That's good. That's,
We get it.
what are you
Yeah,
gonna do with
Bob,
that line?
that
Bob,
ties
instead of, you
in
see where it
with-
says appropriate use of free cash, can you just get rid of the appropriate use and just start with that sentence with free cash? Because it's a bullet. We don't have to say appropriate use.
No, it's,
Good point.
that one I'm gonna stick, I think it's important.
Do you like it?
But
Okay.
The point here is that it is an appropriate use of free cash.
Oh,
That is true, because
That's
it's
fair- that's fair.
appropriations.
Right.
Actually.
and different.
And our job.
Okay.
Looks good.
Well said.
Oh, I bet this is hyphenated.
You're
Oh,
right.
it is. This is the triple hyphenation, the triple witching thing.
That
You can
cracks
trust
up.
me.
We really can.
One thought, and we can ignore this. When we go back up to the school one, I don't know if people are going to notice, but there is a big increase in transportation for the obvious reasons. So maybe we shouldn't say anything because gas prices are coming down now, but let's not say it. It's just that people will notice there is
Yeah.
a big increase in transportation.
I would
But it
agree.
is a good budget. It's a solid budget.
Oh,
So
it's a
Yeah.
very good budget.
I don't think we have to call out each individual piece.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
I was just mentioning it.
Yeah,
No
I
big
agree.
deal.
Just as an FYI to the committee, though, there might be a request to change that,
What?
Change what?
the school budget.
Why?
Why?
Oh,
Well, I don't know if you've been keeping up with it. The fifth and sixth grades are being combined, but the parents aren't up for that. So
Oh,
there might be a requirement for some kind of request for more funding, whether it's sending the kids to Swampscott or, keeping another teacher around.
I don't think that's the parents' choice, frankly, Dana. That's the school district's choice and the school
Wait a
board.
minute, wait a minute. Are
The
you
point
trying
is
to-
that there might be a change to the budget, I'm saying.
No, Tony P told Allison and I that they will not be, no matter what decision ends up happening, they will not be coming for a change in their budget this year.
Okay,
Okay.
great. So we don't even have to think about it.
All right, never mind. But it's an open issue, right, Tony?
It is.
Okay, so.
It is, but it sounds like he's covered. He can make it work. Whatever decision ends up, whichever way they end up going, he should be able to make it work.
Okay, good. Thank you. And by the way, I would know that because my daughter's in sixth grade.
Oh,
but she's not affected by the change, right? For next year?
No, she's not. But, I attend some of the school committee meetings and,
So,
it's a big issue right now with the
of
parents.
course.
yeah, multi-grading never works, just saying. We fought it back when my kids were in school.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the parents are concerned about, Peter. It's-
Depends on your educator.
On moving ahead to the, if we're ready, to the
We are.
articles of note.
Yep.
It's said, we've said that it offers better safeguards, but it's not clear to me whether those are to safeguard the neighbors or the renters, the operators.
It's definitely clear that it offers.
I know that, but still, I don't think it, I think it asks, maybe it's clear to everybody.
No, I think it offers safeguards for both. Because again, you're putting in that permitting process. Well, yeah, at least one article is putting in the permitting process, which I was gonna say, I think that first paragraph is a little I don't know.
I think it's perfect. I just
I like
wonder-
it. I like it.
I think the only word was safeguards, but I think that's fine. It's
I
not
think
big.
it's
Yeah.
good. I like it.
Okay, shouldn't this one be the which takes advantage of, because it's a bullet, so it
Yep.
has to flow from articles of note, include the community preservation article, which takes advantage.
Mhm.
Taking is used, that's okay grammatically.
No, but it doesn't follow from
Right,
Yeah.
this.
So
which takes advantage of, so I know it,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
would
nice.
rather put the percentage.
Do we?
I like that. No, almost 100% is pretty good. I mean, some
I
years
think that's close enough.
I think that's close enough.
Well, no, but we know the percentage. We were
Oh,
looking-
Well,
What is the percentage?
we don't know the exact percentage yet, do we?
We do not.
No.
We say
We're
anticipate. We say
anticipating
anticipate.
100%, but it could be a little less.
Who
I
is
thought
it?
Use the
when-
word a generous state match.
I thought when Lynn Spencer presented to us.
Yep.
She said the state match this year was, and I don't remember the number, but I thought it was like 85%, or it was
It-
higher than she had anticipated in an earlier meeting. But I
She
thought
said-
we had a percentage.
She said 85 last night in the Board of Selectmen meeting.
So I would rather, 85 is not almost 100%.
Yeah, that takes us back to generous.
A generous state match of 85%.
We like the word generous, okay.
Yes, I like the word generous.
And she said it was expecting 85% state match, but could possibly be 100%. That's what I wrote in my notes. So
Say up to
Or you could
100.
add or higher.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Just
good.
put or higher after the
That's
85%.
really good.
How about or more?
Or more.
I
Yes.
like
or
it.
more. I like that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
next sentence.
Yeah. That's good.
Yep.
Okay, so this whole paragraph, do we want this?
Well, are we going to go to the smaller format next year?
we hope to. We tried to this year, but we just kept having more and more supporting documents that needed to be included.
Yeah, so
And maybe we're trying something that we can't do.
Well, no, I think we can if we put all the supporting documents and the omnibus and everything into the online extra booklet. So instead of having all the extraneous information in the warrant part.
But is everybody on the committee kind of up to speed on what happened here?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Right, so we were going to do this year.
Right.
We're going to do the short version, and what ended up happening was that the text of all of the proposed bylaw changes ended up being so long
Right. we got to 78 pages.
We're at 70, like, I don't know, what, 78 pages?
78, yeah.
So there's really, there's no point in trying to do the abbreviated book, because the abbreviated book is still War and Peace.
So do you think the whole thing's just a bust?
For
For this-
this year, because of that reason, yes.
But we'd like to try it again next year.
So, yeah, so this kind of puts people on notice and gives them the opportunity to bend our ear if they don't like it.
Correct.
We maybe don't have to go into as much detail. We can just say, you know, we'll update you. Or it doesn't matter to me.
We just could say we will mail a concise book containing the essentials for town meeting, period.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the good reasons for doing it probably are sort of obvious.
So get rid of.
Yeah, no, we're taking out book containing the essentials for town meeting, period, up there. And so we're taking out the warrant, the finance committee, all of that, that's gone.
Oh, so period here
Yeah,
and then delete.
yeah, exactly. Yep,
Like delete that.
yep,
You could,
And then, yeah,
if
start with
you
the
you could
traditional.
add, you could say something along the lines of, as required by the town's bylaw or something like that.
yeah, I get that. Yep,
I believe it. Let me look it up. I can find you a reference.
No, it's okay. I don't think we need the reference.
no, we're good. This looks good.
Is it definitely bylaw, not charter? It must be bylaw.
It's by law. Bylaw?
Yeah, so theoretically, you know, what the bylaw says is the articles with your recommendations. That means that, you know, articles that are abbreviated and have a, you know, a lot longer text don't necessarily need to be included. Even the omnibus budget technically doesn't need to be included. Just the warrant with your recommendations. So all that, you know, if you guys really wanted to make an effort, it's like you could be talking about a 20-page booklet
Mhm.
with the 120 pages is online and will be printed and available at town meeting.
And so, yeah, and so then instead we'll say, we will mail a concise book containing the warrant and recommendations for town meeting as required by town bylaw.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Well, unfortunately, the citizens petition came in as a 12-page, you know,
Right.
article. So that really eliminated your opportunity to really trim things down.
Right. Containing the warrant and recommendations. Take out essentials.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more than just.
Don't we capitalize warrant? We could say containing the warrant capped, comma, recommendations capped, comma, and essentials and other essentials or something like that.
That works.
Comma. Recommendations, comma, cap recommendations.
I have no idea what that is.
Capitalize it. The recommendations.
Why?
There. Yeah. And then, and other essentials. Yep. that's good. That does it. Yep. You have to, there's a typo in number.
I like number 4.
Yeah, I do too. It's sort of like Dumbledore or something like
Oh.
that.
Like the way it was. It's even better that way.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Nice, num.
We need a comma after town hall.
In which,
Yeah, the reason I put it in was,
Because you have and the police
yeah,
and.
because these kind of go together and, but
Yeah.
I I recognize I'm in the presence of far superior grammar myself, so
I
do we?
think I would ditch the comma myself.
You think? Okay.
Order mail.
Yeah, that looks fine without the comma.
Do we have to put the unfortunately? That sentence?
It could be a shorter sentence, but before that, this will be a pilot, period. The committee seeks town input regarding this new approach, period. Just put a period there after pilot, period. And then take out the and just say the committee seeks town input regarding this new approach. That's good.
What is the pilot? Because the book that you're sending out now,
Oh, we just take out the sentence pilot. Just say the committee
Get rid
seeks
of it.
town and, yeah, that's better. Take out,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, no pilot, no good. There
You
you
know,
go.
you don't even need to really say maybe regarding this new approach.
That's
Unless-
true.
Hmm,
I think we do,
I think you
because
need it.
otherwise,
I would leave it
Okay.
in. I would leave it in,
yep.
but do we need to put in that last sentence about it?
No, we don't. I don't think we need to tell them why this one is longer. Because
yeah,
they don't know we could have done it.
mhm, yeah. This is nice because
I don't want to
this
point
is-
any fingers at any.
This
Right.
is nice because you're teasing it. And next year, should you go with a shorter version and anyone complains, you can say, hey, we told you a year ago that this was coming.
Right. They'll say,
And
what,
it's in-
where?
And it's in the minutes.
And we gave you a chance to tell us what you thought.
Mhm.
What's the next the next sentence? Go
That's
down.
it. It's
Sorry.
closing.
And it's the 20th, May 20th.
Yeah, May 20th.
Thank you to Bob and
Judy,
and
Nice.
Judy.
Oh, all I did is edit. It's so, Bob did a beautiful job on this.
And
Yeah.
that will have all 9 names there.
I don't know what that QR code is, but that seems wild.
Will the QR code be in our letter or will it be on the cover, Tony? The most recent copy that we all got today has the QR code in the front on the cover? Or Allison? I don't know.
Um,
What do
Yeah,
we-
I put it on the cover, but it can go wherever you guys want.
Both. It can be in 2 places.
There you go.
Is there a motion to approve the letter?
Well, wait a minute, just so you know, the 9 names will go at the bottom. And we generally do it, the chair first and then the secretary under the chair, but then they would be in alphabetical order.
that's the right way to do it.
It always wants to put a "the" in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Oh, I did.
Hmm?
Never mind. We erased, we killed the sentence that I had a question about, so we
Oh.
I no longer have a question about it. Okay. Are we good?
Yeah.
I think so.
Motion to approve the letter
Second,
before we change our mind.
Barbara,
call, Dina.
Barbara,
Aye,
Katie,
aye.
Jan,
Aye.
Andersite,
I,
Lauren. Warren,
Deborah? Oh, I think she slipped
Sorry,
up.
aye, sorry.
Zahora,
Aye.
Carmy, aye. That's unanimous.
Yay!
All good.
Very nice.
So
Next.
Thank you.
next.
next, if there's something we can do to get this onto one page, that would be awesome.
I was
Nope,
thinking that,
approved
but we
it.
have all the long list of our names, so it's not gonna fit on
Oh,
one
it's
page.
just gonna get longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
We-
Never mind.
Yeah, we just approved it, so we're done.
Yep.
We're done. We're done. We don't have to approve font size.
no. So are we going back to 24? Or are we going to try to tackle 25?
Is that all we have left today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
All right,
just
let's
get
try-
24 out of
Let's
our
try
hand.
24 again.
Just get rid of it. I mean.
Okay, let's just go back to the first paragraph we had there and move on.
I like how you did that, Julie.
Thank you.
You want the original back.
No. Again,
Wrong screen.
I think we should focus on the fact that this is Article 24.
Right.
Start that special permit requirement, and then at the bottom, have a bullet point or have a point that says the difference between Article 24 and Article 25 is this requirement for a special permit. So speak to the permit itself, and then at the bottom, put the difference between the two. Because again, we're talking about our recommending Article 24.
Right,
This is why we're recommending it, because there is a special permit.
right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so the citizen petition comment goes after the bullets. Right?
Correct. I would
Wait,
get
wait,
rid
wait,
of the
wait.
key difference. I would say Article 24
Yes.
has
requires.
for a special permit,
Requires a
Absolutely.
special permit from the zoning board of
Board of
appeals.
Appeals for
On-
non-owner
Non-owner
occupied units. Right,
And do we want to state the benefit of that?
yes. Which allows for citizens to attend zoning board of appeals hearings and
Mm,
provide input on,
On special permits.
thank you. Applies for citizens' input at zoning board of appeal hearings.
Right.
Okay,
Can we, sorry to be particular on this point, but can we put Nahant residents instead of citizens?
Why is that?
I like Nahant residents.
Okay.
They are capitalized.
They might not be citizens.
Well, they're citizens in Nahant.
Residents, plural.
all right, that's semantics.
I know, I'm just curious. I just didn't,
Yeah.
I'm
So-
not, I don't care. I just curious.
This Article 24 requires a special permit from the zoning board of appeals for non-occupied units. And I don't know if we're just doing a run along sentence or not, but units which allows for Nahant residents to
Right.
provide input
Yeah.
at zoning board of appeals hearings.
You need a comma after non-owner occupied units.
Correct.
That clarifies it. Got to have a
Okay.
comma there.
which
And
allows for Nahant
okay.
residents,
Put an S on residents.
Apostrophe.
say Nahant resident to provide input or
No,
just,
I just think the Hunt resident
Oh, no,
input is
that's-
fine.
okay, all right.
Take
It's
out-
at the cross, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
good.
And then the key difference between Article 24 and Article 25 is this requirement for a special permit. And then if you wanted to put bullet points below, that's where you could put, well, actually, I don't think you need bullet points, but
I think, I mean, that kind of does it.
Right there. Wait, can you go up? There's a problem with that last sentence in that little paragraph there. Something happened to it. Is this a requirement for special permit? Oh, I see, does not require a special permit. Okay. You could just say, is this
Is
required?
that, how about, is that this requirement?
Yeah,
Wait, where is the, is that?
is,
Third sentence at the end.
yeah, is that this require, where is it, Deborah?
Right there.
Yeah.
this,
Yeah, that's correct, I think.
wait a minute, I gotta read.
No.
It's
The
still
key
not-
difference between Article 24 and 25 is that this it is, no,
Is,
you
the-
need-
is the requirement
Right.
is
is
Good.
requirement.
Key difference between Article.
for a special permit.
Yeah, you're right,
Is the requirement for a special permit, which the citizen petition does not require, period.
Or
For-
how about not required by
which?
the citizen petition?
Yes, much better.
Yeah.
Good.
That's right. There you go.
You know, it's such a joy to have some English professors in our group.
A joy or?
You have no idea how much time we spent line editing papers and articles. And, ugh,
No kidding.
it's not a joy for us. We
Right.
did it for our entire careers. I'm
I mean,
still doing it.
So now we get rid of the bullets.
I think we get rid of the bullets.
You realize we're pretty much back at the original paragraph. Not that I'm saying anything like that, but
Judy,
Well, I like the bullets too, but let's just ditch
Julie,
them so that
don't,
everyone's
mean-
happy.
don't poke the tiger.
yeah.
That's right, that's right. Let's just ditch
You
the
know,
bullets.
and this, and
What
there's
just
nothing
happened?
personal here. This is, we're just trying to get through and
absolutely, absolutely.
provide, I mean, we're gonna disagree. We're, human.
That's right.
Yeah, I disagree.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we accept the
Wait till he finishes
recommendation
it.
as written.
Wait.
Wait a
Okay.
minute, wait,
No,
wait a
you-
minute. Oh, man.
I'm in the middle on this one, but I'll think we should go on.
Yeah,
What don't you like about it?
No, I don't want to, I'm fine. I'm just telling you, I did see reasons. That's why I brought it up.
Oh, no,
But
that's fine.
I think we should go on. I'll vote for this. I think we should go on.
Yeah,
All right, We
Barbara
have
and
a
I
second to my
concede.
motion.
Yeah,
Okay.
second.
Barbara,
Aye.
Beatty,
Oh, actually, can I abstain? Does that work?
Yep.
Okay, I'll abstain. Just does a little thingy.
That's fine.
Sheehan,
what are we voting on again?
The wording of
to
this,
accept the verbiage
Number
of
4?
our response.
Verbiage of
Oh, not
4.
the whole thing.
of the
Whole
whole
thing?
thing.
I'm gonna vote no. Sorry.
That's
Okay.
okay. Vanderslice,
Aye.
Warren,
Oh, I'll say aye.
Zahora,
Why?
Carmy, I. Who did I miss?
Nobody. I think everybody,
4, 5.
we don't
6.
have Dan tonight. Enjoy.
Yeah, but I missed somebody along the way. Barbara, Beatty, Sheehan. Oh, Vanderslice. Sorry, I didn't write you down. Did I ask you?
Yes.
I said aye.
Sorry. So that's 5 ayes, one abstain, and one no, so the verbiage is approved.
Okay, all right, so
Verbiage.
I,
Article 20,
no, wait, I'm sorry. I hate to do this. I need the English professors again.
What's that?
A system to protect Nahant residents while being, I'm reading this, while being fair to short-term. Why is short-term capitalized here? It's not referring to either the committee or
Oh,
the.
good point.
You're right.
Good point.
Well, we capitalized it above. We called it
No,
short-term
but this is
rentals.
different
But
because
that's-
it's not the
yeah.
name of it's not the formal name of a committee.
Good point.
right, right. Short-term rental bylaw
Oh.
advisory committee is a formal name. Whereas
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, and then the same thing here, to create and refine regulations for short-term rentals. That shouldn't be capitalized
No,
either.
it should not. No. Correct.
Ah,
Good spotting.
Mrs. Fichter would be very proud of me.
There you go. Good spotting.
I was a complete grammar moron until I won't admit what grade, but
I still am. And I'm not,
and
not
Mrs.
proud to-
Mrs. Fichter
proud to-
showed me how to diagram a sentence, and
Oh,
Oh,
diagram.
the light went.
I love diagramming. Oh,
They don't
Really?
do that anymore.
no,
this is
the
okay.
light would have gone out of my
Short-term
eyes.
I loved it.
I do too, Barbara.
Of course.
Annual review of each short-term rent, should license be capitalized?
Oh,
Short-term license would be a proper name, no?
where?
License, short-term license. It's like
I
a
don't think it
driver's
is.
license. Does a driver, would you capitalize a driver's license?
No,
I don't think so.
Okay, then should short-term rental be capitalized?
Not here, I don't think.
no, I think it's the same as the last one.
Yeah,
There's no.
but there's a rental. You gotta take the cap off rental right there. Yep.
Okay, then the same is true here, this short-term.
Yep.
And we're calling it housing, is that right? Or is it just short-term, or this should be short-term rental unit, not housing, but
Yeah,
rental.
you're right. That's what
Yeah.
we've been saying.
And then this is the same way. This should be capitalized.
Yes. Good.
Dangerous territory, keep away.
I know.
I'm missing my bullets already.
Okay,
Do we need another motion to approve as amended?
I think it's just spelling correction, so I don't think it's required.
Julie will know.
But we didn't change the content. We just changed capitals and,
Yeah,
I don't think we need it.
no, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Does anyone object to the changes we made?
Negative.
All right, then we don't need a vote. Fine. Okay, so let's move on to the last one we've got, which is Article 25.
You like 24? I'll wait till you see 25.
Okay, so here's
Can't
25.
see it, so
Wait, I'll make it bigger, but
just kidding.
so I'm just going to start with prime the conversation. Do we need, can we just make a simple statement as that
We're
says
not good at simple statements, but go ahead.
we don't recommend Article 25 and when we refer you to the discussion in Article 24?
Oh, I like
Oh,
that.
that is simple. I do like
Well,
that.
That
well,
is nice.
I'm going to defend Dana here. I mean, we could do that, but I do see housing converted to short-term rentals reduces, long-term residential housing. That's a really important item.
That's important. Yep.
And so here's here's what I'm thinking. That statement, although we just approved the prior verbiage, we could add items from here into the last one, and then, as you say, simplify this by saying, this is not recommended. Please see our recommendation for the other article. I mean, and then, again, the difference between the two articles is essentially that permit, and we could say, we don't recommend this because we feel the special permit is an integral part of what's needed or whatever. But,
There are other differences I need to point out.
okay, all right, please
Number
do.
one, the existing units by short-term rental operators under the citizen petition get a protected grandfather class. That's another key example.
What is it?
The people that don't currently are operating short-term rentals
Yeah,
get grandfathered in.
They don't need to renew them, is what you're saying?
Or
If
get a
you,
permit.
if you read the, I don't want to get everybody.
no, it's important. That's really important.
Yeah, so there are reasons not to vote for it, just not,
Oh, no, wait.
just
So
not the fact that the FinCom doesn't like it, it conflicts with 24. There are other reasons. And that's why I
Okay.
tried to hit on the big ones, like the higher level ones, like housing converted to short-term rentals, reduces long-term residential housing in Nahant.
Which is important, big time.
Right, but here's the thing, is
it's
that
not
our
ye-
place to say, I mean, it's our place to say whether we recommend or not? Is it our place to say why we absolutely don't recommend?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
We're,
Job.
while we are the advisory and finance committee, our job is to advise. We're supposed to look at everything. And this is
Alright.
something that I believe our distinguished town administrator pointed out to me when I first got on this committee. Our job isn't just about finances. Our job is, if painting every house in Nahant blue is a bad idea, we need to advise the town that it's a bad idea and why. So
Alright.
I just,
Blue.
and you know me, I gotta have an example.
I know.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
giving you a hard time, Peter. I have to give you a hard time.
Yes. And
I'm
I'm
going to raise an issue that you don't want me to raise. There are bullets here.
yes, I know. We know.
Forget the
Okay.
bullets for now.
Right.
We're on
So-
principle. We haven't gotten to bullets yet.
Okay.
I would start off, first of all, our standard is to have the large word recommend, or in this case, it's gonna be not recommend, up at the top.
But it
Does
came
not
after the-
recommend. Exactly. It goes at the top.
Right.
So it's not a response. It's the advice, does not recommend.
Right.
And then we say why.
I thought it came after the statement in the article, the words of the article, no? Well, this isn't really an article.
We don't see the article itself in this document.
Yeah, I
Right.
guess that's. And we don't summarize it. We don't want to summarize it.
I don't
Right.
think it should be a
We
response.
put not recommended comes at the end.
Oh, that's right, it
Comes
does.
at the
Yeah, that's what I
end
was
of
saying.
Of this article, which is where it is.
Yep.
What's,
It's gonna, Julie, you are gonna put it in the format of all the rest of them, right? So it will,
It's already in there. Not recommended is already typed in there just before Article 26, which is where it shows up. So not recommended is already typed in there. It's already in the book.
okay. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry
Yeah.
too. about
all
that.
right,
But yes, so we don't need to put it there. Is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I think that that first paragraph there, that short one, it doesn't have the right tone to it. How that it favors the small group of citizens. Wait. Well, no, I take it back. I see who we're referring to, the citizens.
Yeah.
I don't know that, again, I'm looking at the important pieces to this, and I think we need to outline the important pieces, kind of So, so can you scroll back up to the prior to 24? Are you
Well,
able to do that?
And
And the
they're,
reason,
they're two separate documents, but I
oh,
can,
okay, I'm
I
sorry.
can jump between them like this.
Well, on this one, see how we have one, public process, two, annual licensing. I
Yep.
think we can do the same thing with the other article and put down 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever on the negative side. So, you know, there is no public process there was no public process in the development of this or whatever. I mean, I'm just looking at this, but we should, I think if we kept it kind of in the same
Format.
I like
format,
that idea.
it would, you know,
Yeah.
so,
I agree. I don't know that it serves us to just to take what we wrote in 24 and turn it into a negative in
no,
20.
no, I don't,
No,
no,
he's
I
not, he
wasn't,
doesn't say
I
that.
wasn't trying to apply that.
So-
I was just looking at that and I said, you know, that came out, but I agree. I think Article 25, you know, must choose.
I'm just trying, so what are the key points we're trying to make?
There's, can I just make a couple comments while you do that, Bob? I mean, I did structure this response to Article 25 a little differently, as you can see. Because we don't need to just repeat what we put into Article 24 and put the inverse on it and say it's not happening here. So I was trying to, maybe the key points like Peter was saying are, you know, maybe reiterate the special permit requirement quickly and briefly. And also, if you want to scroll down a little bit, the impact on the housing shortage in town. You know, I do go down and say a lack of housing creates a ripple effect on Johnson School and other community organizations. I mean, if people have a problem with that, I can understand, but you know, these are real effects.
They
Oh,
are.
absolutely.
And
I don't think we need all of those lack
Uh,
of the school examples.
so,
I guess I'm concerned about this turning into like a bully pulpit for,
Right.
I think we can just take off the letters, just leave it. How ripple effect on the Johnson School. You don't need the for example. And other town organizations and institutions. And then you can just take off the specific examples, like the church and Girl Scouts and all of that. I think we don't need to give the examples.
I agree with you, Barbara. I think that if we start doing that, it becomes,
And what have we left out?
Where do you stop, right?
Where do you
where do
stop?
you stop? And then where does it,
This is-
then it becomes, you know, so much supposition that you lose credibility.
So,
Right.
so
Can we,
again,
can we sum it up? You know, that normally we don't make a recommendation on citizens petitions, first of all.
Correct.
That are historical. But in this case, we firmly believe that that Article 25 does not do enough where short-term rentals are concerned. We need to really cap the number. We need to make sure that they are
we don't want a grandfather.
right. And I see where the grandfather thing comes in. It's property owners may only operate one property as a short-term housing rental unless already operating multiple properties as short-term housing rentals prior to the effective date of this bylaw.
that's right, Jude.
Right.
That's right,
So
Jude.
that's where the grandfather thing comes in which case the properties may be allowed to continue to operate as short-term housing rentals. I think each unit needs to have a permit too.
So,
It goes
So-
on to also offer, if the total number of short-term housing rentals has not exceeded 5%, where did the 5% come from?
So it goes up.
so,
Yeah.
so how about, again, if you scroll down, Bob, on, I'll let you finish typing. When you scroll down, there's that whole thing about taking away long-term residents and stuff. My personal opinion, I think that belongs in Article 24 because it's part of our recommendation. I mean, we as a committee are aware of the effects to the Johnson School, to long-term, long-term housing. And so we should put all of our items in Article 24 because we're recommending that. And then again, here, no special permit. The cap is larger than 24. Existing short-term grandfathered and things like that. And that's why we're not recommending this. And I would even start, that's just the way I'm looking at it. We can simplify our non-recommendation on Article 25 by beefing up our and putting in, Dana's very good points, but putting them into Article 24. Does that make sense?
I agree, yes.
Because if Bob, can you scroll down to that?
Some of
Uh,
it does. I still think you need to be careful about putting so many examples that
Right.
you start to
Yeah.
lose credibility.
I
Why
get
do
it.
we
but-
need it at all? I don't understand it. It's
Well,
so
wait a
long.
minute. Hear me out. Like a lack of housing creates a ripple effect on the Johnson School, and other organizations, community organizations in town.
Yeah.
To me, that's a statement we could put
All
in
right,
the
that we
other
can live with.
housing
Wait,
converted to
I'm
short
sorry,
term.
Peter, I missed. Can you restate what you just said?
I would take the following and put them into Article 24. A lack of, let me start with the top one because I think it makes sense to go kind of in order. Housing converted to short-term rental reduces long-term residential housing in Nahant. This displacement exacerbates a shortage of housing in our town for young and old alike. A lack of housing creates a ripple effect in the Johnson School and other organizations.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I like
good.
that.
I do not
good.
like the ripple effect thing.
Oh,
Okay.
No,
It's
mean-
conjecture.
it's not conjecture.
Well, it
The-
is
you-
good.
The Johnson
Okay.
School is declining and the more housing you take away, the less opportunity there is for families to be here.
The problem with that statement of the Johnson School declining is that the school superintendent told us at this year's meeting that the population is increasing in
Right.
preschool.
Yeah, there
are
absolutely is a
right now,
bubble coming.
Yeah,
Yes.
one other point on that. All
That
right,
could
several
be
years ago,
argued.
180 students. Now they're down to 150.
Hey, when I sat on the school committee, there was over 200.
Right.
What does
When
that
my
have to do
children
with
went to
short-term
the-
rental?
When my children.
You're right,
went-
nothing.
Residents in
children-
town, send their
I
kids
don't-
to school.
Yeah, it's not
Yes.
necessarily short-term rentals that are doing it. Because when my children went to the Johnson School, there were 240 kids, not including the pre-K. Now we have 150, including the pre-K. So it's not the short-term rentals that have done that to the school. It's other factors, whatever they may be. I like the
True.
fact that the class size is increasing with preschool and kindergarten right now. So I hope that trend continues.
All right, I can agree with that, but I do like taking housing converted to short term, moving it over because it
No, that's fine.
Yep.
bolsters
Yep,
our
I like
other.
those 2 sentences. Yeah, absolutely.
And then when we get to this article, I think the short, sweet bullet points
Right.
are perfectly fine.
Basically, there just aren't enough regulations. If you've read through this citizens petition and you get to code violations, so should a residential dwelling receive at least 3 code violations within any 12-month period, then it will be ineligible to be offered as short-term housing rental for a period of only 6 months from reasonable notice of the 3rd violation.
and
Are you-
reasonable is a very slippery word.
Right, and only 6 months?
Right.
What would be the violations? I mean, if you have fire code violations, you get
Shut down.
eligible until those are repaired. So there's just so much that this citizens petition doesn't cover.
Bob, what are you doing? Might I ask?
I was trying to move this over. Just pay no attention to the man behind the curtain for the
Well,
next.
no, I was just gonna say, like that statement that I said should be moved over here would go up above the numbers.
Oh, I was gonna
It
make it,
wouldn't
I was
have its
gonna
own
make it,
number.
I was gonna make it a number all by itself.
No, I would put it, if you scroll up, I think it goes ahead of this because it's the kind of the,
I mean, if you read inspections, the town may conduct inspections of any short-term housing rental as may be required to ensure safety and compliance with all applicable ordinances and local, state, and federal codes, including but limited to the provisions of this article.
That's not what I
I
wanted.
can't do that with my home.
well, actually, I don't believe legally, I mean, first of all, this, even if 24 didn't pass and 25 passes,
Right,
that goes, it's gotta go to the state,
right,
for review. I
right,
don't believe that would be legal because
right.
you have to be able to, they have to be able to have an inspection for fire and health and all that stuff, and limited into this particular ordinance doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But anyways, Bob,
Right.
if you
Where
scroll up,
did you want to put this?
scroll up. I would put it with we view this article as a beginning, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because this is a general statement, housing, you know,
Yeah, I like that there. That's the very big general statement.
right.
There's so many things in this that
Right. So,
are ridiculous.
all right. So now if we go, all right, and we're gonna, because we are essentially changing this, at some point, we're gonna have to come back and re-vote on this, but I guess we go back to the other article to look at.
Peter, I
Yep.
just thought of something. So this
Yep.
sentence, this displacement exacerbates a shortage of housing in our town for young and old alike and may impact community institutions and organizations, and may adversely impact community institutions and organizations.
Perfect.
Yes, mark it down.
Love it.
How about this reduces?
This displacement exacerbates a shortage in our town, and then we put after that, and may adversely impact, right here, end of the sentence, and
Okay,
may
all right,
adversely impact community organizations and institutions in town or in our town, whatever. You can just say, just end with community.
That's
and may
really great.
adversely impact community, institutions, services, institutions, and organizations.
That's really great.
Yeah, I think so too.
I vote yes.
All right. So all in favor?
It's
Yeah,
what
no,
yeah,
wait. Only
I'm
because
teasing you.
we got to go back to the other one, because what if there's something else? We don't want to have to vote 5 times. So let's just slide over and make sure there's nothing, let's figure out what we're going to do with 24 or 25, and then we can come back and vote this one again, because this one's all done.
Just before we leave. I mean, the implication here is that there is a shortage of housing in our town. Is that?
Absolutely a fact.
There
We have a
is.
committee that's looking into it.
That's a fact. Double plus good.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Got you on that one, Bob.
No, I'm
No,
like trying to
No,
fact check.
we have another committee that's looking at that because we
fine.
have
Why
a
don't you
house,
just-
we have a housing needs.
Right.
And with saying for young and old alike, that is something we feel we need.
Comma after institution.
it wants a comma.
Yeah.
And This,
Why does
this,
it- Why does
this
it?
Do we
does-
need that phrase?
it does Oxford commas.
Right, but do we need that phrase
What?
for young and old alike?
Yeah,
I do,
Because
I
we have-
like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
and I'll give you the reasons
I
why.
don't, I'm not
Yeah,
crazy
because-
about that.
Listen, yeah, but we have an elderly housing shortage in Nahant, and we have a shortage of the ability of young families to move into Nahant.
Right.
Right.
Both of which, because I've attended some of the meetings of the housing production plan. So that is like factual information, so I think we can use it, and I
Okay.
like it.
Well
All
said.
right, well,
I vote
there it
yes.
is.
Wait, a minute,
Okay.
this displacement exacerbates the shortage of housing in our town. Young and, you need young and old alike, or something. Well, they're not gonna be new homeowners, they're not gonna be young.
Yeah, they won't necessarily be new homeowners.
No,
I think
I think
young and old
young and old
alike
alike.
is fine. I think we're over analyzing it.
Agreed.
just say for young and old alike.
So does it get a comma here?
No, I don't, but except,
Well, you have an
No,
I
No,
don't think you
because
need a
it's not
comment.
complete
No.
sentence.
All right,
All right, let's jump back to the other.
you want to go back to the other one?
Yeah, so this takes care of the Johnson School and everything. Well,
Right, so this is,
So the-
so again, we've now, we have a statement in 25 that we're saying, because of all these reasons, we think you should vote for Article 25. I'm sorry, Article 24.
24,
Right.
yeah,
Now we want to say, this is not recommended because of these shortfalls.
Right.
Existing short-term rentals are grandfathered, no special permit and public process. The cap is larger, so more of a detrimental impact in numbers or whatever to housing stock, if you will, long-term housing stock.
no, we don't recommend
We recommend
Article
Article
25.
24,
20, we recommend 24,
right,
yeah.
Right,
this article.
right. I don't think, I will say in my history of town meeting, saying something against an opposing, like to implement this small group of citizens is kind of attacking that group of citizens,
It
and it's
is.
not a good idea to do that.
No, I agree. That's gonna create divisions in town that we don't need to exacerbate. I agree.
Yeah, it's not, you never,
You don't win that way.
yeah, you don't. It just, yeah,
And it gets people's back up on the other side, and they may decide we're gonna work harder to change it again next year because they don't like what we said about them. It's
right.
not a winner.
that sentence that we just wrote, the Advisory Finance Committee recommends Article 24 instead of, I think that might replace number 1 up above.
Yeah, I'm trying to,
Oh, you're gonna do that? Okay, sorry.
yeah, I have this here as the thing we're trying to follow, and
Also,
now,
you need to take this out in front of Article 25 instead of Article 25, because as this implies there could be a different Article 25. There you go.
Yes, it does.
And Word was telling us too.
Yes, it knew that.
When do we get the AI chatbots? And then we're all
Yes, then we could go home tonight.
Yeah.
exactly.
I have an account on that thing. I should have just asked it. Okay.
Yeah, we could just feed the original document in and see what it gave us back.
So are there other detrimental, or are there other reasons why we're voting not to recommend?
I think that, Peter, can I just try to
Yep,
answer
sure.
that? I mean, we've been through this material, all of us as a committee, and we realize that we don't have anything now. And the fact that there are 2 articles in the warrant is really unfortunate. So what we're trying to do is make sure at least one passes. And that's where we are now. That's the big deal is that these two articles could cause nothing to pass. And
Right, right.
Then we got nothing. So there you have it.
I mean, and you know what, when we go back to Article 24, we may want to make a statement like that. To say that the committee feels strongly that we need to pass this article. I think we already have it kind of in there, but whatever. Let's finish this and
I still have that question, and I don't know if you were about to change it, but what we just said in this paragraph about recommends 24 instead of 25, we did say that. I mean, it's implied up in number 1, up above.
No,
And I
this is going to disappear.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you meant. All right.
Yeah, this is just our,
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Those are our notes.
amends Article 24.
I have a quick question, and I think this would be for Tony. When they register as a short-term rental, do they register with the town or do they register with the state? Do they go to the town and the town notifies the state?
I believe they have to register with the state, but I don't know.
Right, that's why I was asking if.
But-
Allison, do you know?
Yeah, it's with the state.
Right, because.
And then the tax is collected through the state.
Right.
Right. And
'Cause
then,
the
but,
citizens petition is only saying that they have to register with the town.
well, they would have to register with the state anyways. That you have to do that for tax reasons. And again, another thing that will probably be kicked back because it's not, correct or
Right,
whatever.
because this is saying the town shall notify the Massachusetts Commissioner of the Department of Revenue, as opposed to the.
No, I don't think I don't think it's legal, but whatever.
Right, so that's another thing that's in the citizens petition.
Question for Allison. Do you know if the community impact fee is also collected by the state?
I believe that it is.
Okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't collect that ourselves.
Right. Nobody would come up to the town hall, drop off a check for the community impact fee. So,
No.
and it would like an Airbnb or VRBO, they would collect it, give it to the state.
Yes, I believe
Okay.
that's how it works. Yep.
All right. Thank you.
I don't like what you're putting there. Sorry, Bob. Because then
I don't like it either.
no,
Oh, and
we're telling them to vote for 24 and not 25, essentially.
Yeah.
And we have good reasons for doing that. And we're telling them the good reasons.
I would do exactly what you started to do. The committee is concerned Article 25 does not provide enough control. Article 25 does not provide for a special permit or a permit process, maybe not even a special permit, but specifically Article 25 does not provide for a permit and public input.
Does not require.
Yeah, that's a requirement. A permit and public input.
Is it a permit nor public input? Oh,
I like that.
But take out the and accompanying, just take the out. There you go. There you go.
So while Bob's typing there, Barbara, so
Yeah.
I understand the bullet is actually punctuation. See, that's why you don't need a period at the end, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think
It
I've seen it.
depends on whether the bullets are sentences in their own right or not.
Exactly. If it's a sentence, you do.
Some people put commas at the end or semicolons at the end of their bullets.
Exactly. They're kind of, there are different formats that way.
Yeah.
Cap is larger in Article 24, right? And Dana, you're the expert. Is there anything else?
So
Any
what-
other?
What does it mean they're grandfathered, though?
Well,
People that already have
More than one.
short-term rentals don't have to apply for permits or do anything.
Right.
Right.
If you have more than one,
If you have, yeah, they're, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, Julie was right on target there. It's the
Existing, yeah, with more than one.
grandfathered is something most people understand, but
Right.
it deserves some definition.
Property owners may only operate one property as a short-term housing rental unless already operating multiple properties as short-term housing rental prior to the effective date.
What does, can, Alf, Alf
Yeah,
English,
that doesn't make any sense.
Alf English, but what does, huh?
Right, huh?
Can we just say existing short-term rentals are grandfathered and don't have to comply with the
Yeah.
regulations?
Don't have to comply with what?
Well, existing,
Are they
Yeah.
automatically granted a permit?
they don't, right, they don't need one. Property owners may only operate one property as a short-term housing rental unless already operating multiple properties as short-term housing rentals. So you can only operate one unless you already have many. So if you already have many, you can operate as many as you want.
Exactly. With no
But-
permit.
No, it didn't
No,
say
it
anything
doesn't
about
say anything about
permits. It didn't
permits.
say anything about permits or licenses.
No,
So we need to find a way to make that more concise.
right,
We need to make it correct.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, both those things. All right, so
So if
existing short-term rentals can continue to be,
can continue to operate.
yeah, so existing short-term rentals can continue to operate.
Didn't it? I thought it said if you have one or more at the moment this thing comes into effect, you get to keep them. But anybody new after it goes into effect can only have one?
can only have one. Property owners may only operate one property as short term. So any new people coming in, if they have a building with 3 apartments in it, they can operate that as one, I think, or just one of them is short term.
This is confusing.
It's very confusing. But that's what it says. Property owners may only operate one property.
Right. So if they have 3 units in one property, that's
Right.
okay. But
Yeah.
they can't have 3 different pieces of property with 1 unit in each one.
Right. Unless they are already operating. That's what this says. If they already have existing 5 different properties,
They're good.
continue to operate those 5.
Yep.
But anybody new to the short-term rental can only operate one.
Yeah, you're getting it, Bob, good.
Does that mean the person with multiple can continue to grow their units? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
This is why we don't recommend this article. It
Okay, but-
offers,
The new short- Okay, that they may only operate one sounds good. So I think all you want to say is existing short-term rental operators with more than one property may continue to operate those properties. That's the problem.
Right.
Why is
I
that?
want to mention the one about the new because that sounds good.
Well, no, it is good, but that's,
But
Why
not-
is that a problem?
It's
Why,
about
If
them.
someone already has multiple units,
they can run multiple
They can run
units.
as many as they
People can
want.
only
They can run
run
as
one.
many as they want.
right?
It's unfair to, it's unfair to new operators and basically lets
There
existing
you go.
operators
I
do what
like
they
that,
want.
unfair to new operators.
Yeah, but we already said that we're not fond of short-term rentals at all because
Right.
so do we really care that it's unfair to new
No,
operators?
Short-term rentals are here. We can't not allow them.
No, but on the one we
Right.
just did, we said that we're not in favor of short-term rentals because it's for
Maybe we just-
the young and
What-
the old, right?
We
just
didn't say
skip
we weren't in favor of them. We just had
about-
provisos.
We have
How about we
concern,
move
we
to
have
cap is-
concerns.
Cap is larger in the
Right.
other article.
There
And
you go. I
are there
like that.
any
Yep.
other,
Yep. There you go.
Higher, not larger.
yeah. Are there any others that Dana or anyone else has found?
Any other, what
Any other-
reasons?
Does anybody
reasons,
have
yeah.
Michelle's document?
I mean,
Michelle?
the big thing is
They-
that it conflicts and could torpedo Article 24.
We've said that. We said that when we said instead, right? Didn't we say instead somewhere? Yes.
Yes.
Do we want to reiterate here or somewhere that all the other surrounding communities do have tighter restrictions and that would send people here, or is that just a speculation?
We did, well,
Well, we did have
Yeah.
testimony to that effect from Wayne Wilson, who runs the short-term rental committee.
we did in the other recommendation say that we are the only town
That was
nearby.
That was the wildlife one.
I think
was
it
that
should
the
be
wildlife
mentioned
one?
here. I think people don't like to think that we're not doing things that other communities are doing.
Well, not only that, but it makes us more of a mecca.
It
for-
makes
I mean,
us
we
more
don't
of a
say
mecca.
that.
Yeah,
We don't say that, but well, maybe we could say.
Maybe maybe we should say it in again, the other one. We want to bolster Article 24.
Well, I think it's a negative, so we can certainly say it here. I mean, basically, the other communities having some sort of restriction puts pressure on our community in a way.
Right, but I think you want to put it in Article 24 to say Nahant is one of the only communities that doesn't have these, and it creates, more interest in creating
Right,
short-term.
it goes under 24, you're quite right.
Yeah.
Doesn't go here.
So,
If we put it in at all.
yeah, I think we probably should. I mean, it's important.
Wait, hang on, I need some help. So it's 5% of what? What's the phrase? It's, I guess I could,
5% of the residential units,
Total, right.
units.
total, yeah, residential units.
residential units. Do we know what the number is? Can we figure?
No,
it?
and I
We don't need to mention that.
I don't
I
think we
think
need
that's,
to, yeah.
that's just a snapshot as opposed to a, long-term.
Can you scroll down? Just, I want to see what else is.
Okay, are we certain that about that second bullet about the 5%?
Yeah, because they say it could be up to 5% in the citizens petition. It can't go over 5%.
Can we say it seems to offer up to 5%?
I wouldn't say seems.
No, it
It
does.
offers.
It's a
offers
little
up
unclear in the citizen petition form, like it says
Oh.
4% one place, 5% another place.
Hold on, I'm looking for it. Oh, yeah, it's in that same paragraph. Additionally, if the total number of short-term housing rentals has not exceeded 5% of the total dwelling unit in the town, then a property owner may apply for additional permits up to a maximum of 3 total permits.
oh dear.
Yeah,
That's not a cap of on licenses, though.
Yeah, that's,
well, short-term rentals are only supposed to be, in Article 24, we talk about a cap of 4%.
I would say cap on short-term rental properties
How about this?
Appears to
Dan-
have a,
Dana's got language right here. How about this?
okay,
Right there.
Right,
okay.
appears to be, right,
So it appears to cap.
right. It's all in the same paragraph. Says at no point shall the total number of short-term housing rentals exceed 4%. Unless if the total number of short-term housing rentals has not exceeded 5%.
What?
Yeah, it's all in the same paragraph.
Yeah, it's in
Well,
the
appears,
season-
appears is the right word. Or seems, you know.
All right, so, and I don't know if you want to do this, but our earlier bullet point that we couldn't figure out, Dana has, it favors current operators of short-term rentals. We
All
could
right,
just,
I like that.
we
I
could,
like that.
we could just leave it at that, and, I mean, the explanation is too difficult,
Mhm.
but it does appear that it favors the current operators.
And
Yeah, the
I have
sentence is right
another
in there.
one.
You
What do you
want this,
think of that?
just a minute, if, when we say it favors, is it clear that that's a negative thing?
Yes. Well, it's
To
when
give
you're,
preference or to,
yeah, when you're giving preference to
Oh,
somebody,
I
that-
like that better. Let's say it gives preference to existing short-term rental operators.
because that has a
That's
more
all.
negative,
Preference,
feel.
okay,
it appears to give
And we
preference.
could just say, we could say unfair, but someone didn't like that word earlier.
How about it gives preference to existing short-term rental operators?
Yeah, that's more factual. I like that.
And now I have another one. It leaves Nahant unregulated compared to leaves Nahant unregulated compared to other, what do you want to say, North Shore
Neighboring
communities.
community.
It leaves
Yeah.
Nahant unregulated compared to other North Shore
Or
communities
just even surrounding.
or
Right.
surrounding, right?
hold on, shouldn't that be in Article 25?
I want it here too, though, because you say it leaves Nahant unregulated.
But
Yeah.
it's not unregulated. That's the whole point of both of these articles, is to impose some
So I
regulation.
was gonna say com-
Less
compared, less regulated,
or more
compared-
loosely, it's a tighter regulation than whatever.
right?
Yeah, but there's going to be people who like that.
We don't know, we've not done any homework about what other towns' regulations are.
Well, somebody has.
Dana has.
We've had,
Dana
sorry,
Dana did a detailed research, I think, right, Dana?
we've done quite a bit of research on this and we've had expert witnesses come to our meetings and testify. So
And Wayne did say that,
Oh,
you know,
Wayne.
Wayne Wilson.
compared to other communities, this is not as strong as it could be. But
Well, I
it's-
think, I like the word surrounding, however, because that shows us that we're left a little bit.
That's what I
exposed.
wanted to say. Yep.
We don't want to say that leaves us exposed to, you know, lemmings flowing into the town.
All right, we got anything else?
Well, we have to get the thing about surrounding communities
Oh.
in there. I'm
So,
pick-
well, Dana, do you feel this article leaves us less regulated than surrounding communities?
you asking me? Yeah, I do. I feel if Article 25 were to pass, we would be at a disadvantage to other communities.
I
Yeah.
like that. That's better, Dana.
That's
That's a
perfect.
better way to put it.
That's
This
the right
article,
wording. Yep,
um,
That
disadvantage.
again, Dana?
not appears.
Or puts us at a disadvantage or something like that.
Puts the town at a disadvantage to surrounding communities.
That's
Compared
to other, the surrounding communities.
Compared to surrounding communities.
What disadvantage? I mean, I think we're jumping,
Yeah, I think that's a little vague.
Oh,
I mean,
I mean, disadvantages too.
but I liked it.
Well, we
Kinda
did
like a
use this
summary
argument in the wildlife one, that we were the only community. We were the outlier. And that in itself, we put forward as a reason.
Okay,
In-
we could say this, how do you say, it appears to leave the less regulated than surrounding communities, which it clearly does. Oh, there, okay,
Yeah,
less
that's a good
restricted.
way.
Yep,
That's good.
that's good. That's good.
Is it true that it only appears as opposed to is? Maybe
No.
we're safer to say appears.
Right.
Okay, you guys did a good job on this.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, you guys, we all did.
Right.
Well, still, yeah.
Team.
That's important for people. Don't like to think that we're, different from Marblehead or wherever, that we're not up to
Less
snuff. on-
progressive, right?
Less progressive. Thank you, Deborah. Yes.
So it seems like we're getting close to the end on this one, but I'm not trying to add anything more in, but I just wanted to read something else from the citizen petition. Just to kind of buck up what we're looking at here. It says here, owners of rental units that are below market rate or have income restrictions or are otherwise subject to housing or rental assistance or deemed affordable housing shall not be allowed to own or operate short-term housing rentals.
Oh,
That's in the citizen petition, so
Well, again, it gives preference to, well, it's,
yeah, it favors existing operators.
Yeah,
Is there
existing
similar-
operating.
is there similar language in Article 24?
that's very prejudicial. Wow.
I mean, I,
Not that we have to add anything here. I'm not
yeah,
suggesting.
no, I think it's covered under, appears to give preference to short-term current,
It does.
uh,
Yeah, it does. No doubt.
all right, so I don't know, can you scroll down a little bit more, Bob? I want to see if I can pick anything else out of Dana's verbiage that we already know about special permits.
Okay.
Is that as far as,
When can we go back 1 second when you're done, Peter? I want to add to that phrase, and limits other possible operators.
all right, I'm good. I'm good.
You see
Oh,
what I'm
wait a
saying?
minute,
Go
there's
back and
more?
add that, and limits other possible operators. Right here. It appears to give preference to existing short-term rental operators and limits other possible or potential. Other potential operators. And that gets at that really prejudiced phrasing about who can do it and who can't. And limits new potential operators or other potential operators.
Or just even new would be good enough.
Yeah, other
New and
potential
potential is a bit redundant, so just new.
Yeah, new operators, I think
new
you're right.
operators. Yep.
Looks better too. All right. Do we feel we need anything else? I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with, the fact that we've stated why we're against this.
Right.
So maybe a summary statement here, just to say, we do not recommend this.
But we're going to do that anyway. right?
Okay.
It says not
Not
recommended.
recommended.
I mean, I almost want to say, to Julie's point earlier, this is the first time that we're recommending or not recommending a citizen's petition. And I
That's
almost want
actually-
to,
Hold on. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if it's
No, I
the
don't-
first time, it's just historically, we do
Well,
no
that's-
recommendation.
I think we did that
Well, no,
last
no.
year.
We've gone
What's that?
back and forth over
We did
time,
that last year.
going back and forth.
There's no
oh, no,
recommendation.
I was going to say, if that's the case, if historically we didn't, then I would say historically we don't choose to recommend or not recommend, But in this case, we feel strongly that this article does not provide enough control over the short term, whatever. But if
Well,
it,
how about it's
Need
just
that?
not, how
don't
about it's
think
just
we
not in
need
the
that.
best interest of the town of Nahant?
right,
That's gonna make some people very upset, I think, worried.
I think we should just leave it. I think.
Yeah.
Let it be?
okay, so are we good?
Here's the other deal. We're calling this a response. And although which is good, because we do, at the end, we're gonna say not recommended, but we're calling it a response, which is a little bit of a,
Difference of,
yeah, tone, it's a different tone. So I think that's good for us to call it a response as opposed
Wait, I'm confused, Barbara. Where are we calling this a response?
advisory and finance committee response are at the top there. Response to Article 25.
Right above where, yeah.
It's right at the top there.
right,
Oh,
We don't
okay, so
usually put a title though.
that, I'm not sure that was going to appear in the book.
Right, we don't
Oh,
usually
okay.
put a title.
all right. Well,
It's not
either
standard.
way,
it's-
I mean,
It's not a standard format for us
No,
to
I know
say.
it's not.
Right.
It is nice, so, I mean, response is a good, nice.
It has a little bit of a more general, gentler advice.
What's above that? Is that the very beginning of the whole thing? No, the article itself, I guess, is above there.
Right.
We'll-
so,
You have the article, and then at the end of the article, we
You
say
have to
not
not recommend.
recommended, and then we can say our response under that. Yep. But
What
we
it
don't
does-
call it a response.
Response just disappeared. Oh, there you go. It's back. Good.
so are there any other reasons we feel that why we're not recommending this? Because that's the, and if there isn't any, then I would make a motion, we would accept this as written.
Okay, wait a minute, but I don't think we should have advisory and finance committee response to Article 25 written out.
I
Why?
think that it's not part
We
of the
don't do that
format.
on any other article. We don't.
Oh, okay.
say
I
response.
agree. Take
We
it
say
out.
not recommended, and then we.
Yep, I
we-
agree.
That's just a
not
format thing
recommended
that
or
we don't-
recommended, and then we just give a response.
I
So
agree.
from the person that put it in there, I just put it in there for our own use.
Okay.
Oh,
good.
okay.
So
And
we
we're
get rid
not
of
gonna
everything
say,
else.
we're not gonna say that we don't recommend people to vote on this. Down at the
No,
bottom. That's
we
not
can't.
our, we can't
No.
say
That's not
that.
what we do. We're not
We're
recommending.
ending at the bullets, right? We're just doing the bullets and everything. else is
Exactly.
disappearing?
Yep.
The stuff at the bottom, we don't have.
Yeah, I've
Right.
always tried to steer
We're
away.
not supposed to, I
Say,
don't believe
Don't
as a
vote for-
public committee, we're allowed to
Tell people how to
tell
vote.
people how to vote.
Right.
We make the recommendation
Right.
and we let people vote.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We don't campaign.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's
So-
the end of it, right there.
Yep,
That's
the 4 bullet points, and that's the end of it.
looks good.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we,
Wait, let me just look at it for one more time. Hang on, before
Sure.
we get rid of all this. Favors, we already have that. Favors. Can you scroll down a bit? Bob, please, so I can just see what we're taking out here a little more. Doesn't require, right? Yep. Yep, reduces. Did we put in the thing about reduces long-term residential housing?
yes,
It's
That's up in the
Article
bullet?
20 It's in Article 24, not here.
But it
Right.
could be here again. Because it's a negative.
But this one doesn't necessarily do it, does it?
right, but we're trying to express that we don't recommend the article, not that this, again, we're trying to bolster the article that we want, that we're recommending, and basically tell people why we're not recommending this. The fact that short-term housing takes away from regular residents doesn't do anything in this article. It's more important to be in the
Yep.
other article.
I'm not sure, so I think it's so important that we might want to put it both places. and just have the last bullet be that,
It's a positive for this one, though.
It's a positive for this one. And unfortunately, what will happen is they're gonna say, well, wait a minute, you're not recommending this, and you said in the previous article that this takes away from housing, and you're saying that you're not recommending this one, and it takes away from housing.
I
Right.
So
see,
wait a minute.
They
okay,
both do. I mean,
Both,
any
yeah.
kind of short-term rental does.
yeah,
Right.
I get it.
The
We don't need
previous
to say
one,
anything.
Article 24, kind of has two messages. Message one is, we need regulation. Right? For a bunch of reasons. Among them, it cuts into the housing stock.
Right.
And the second message in Article 24 is, Article 24 is better because of all these things it does. And then you get to Article 25, and as Peter says, this one is about our concerns of 25.
And I'm now thinking it's good to have the last one be less restrictive than similar laws in surrounding communities. Because that's the one where people are gonna go, oh, right, bang. We really don't want to be less good. We don't want to be less progressive.
Exactly. And that's why we, again, bolster that first one, and this one, tell them why we prefer that one over this one.
Yeah. That looks good.
All right, now I'm gonna make a motion that we approve
But
this.
we have to take these things out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have to have the thing about you will find the thingy? I think we do.
I believe so.
Yeah, that has to go in here, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, you will find the, oh, no,
Yeah,
oh, but I think with the petitioners, it's already gonna be in the book, right below it.
Oh, so
Because
we
of,
don't
because
have
of,
The petition is, but
petition-
any of the,
I thought
The
it
additional
had to be
language?
right below it because it's part of the petition.
I don't think so. We can put it in the appendix. I believe that's fine.
the citizens petition is all listed right here under Article 24, the full verbiage.
It has to be.
Then
Yeah.
the,
Including the bylaw red lines,
What's that?
including the bylaw red lines, question mark.
Oh, I don't know.
That was a question to Julie.
the planning board comments, the planning board comments are in an appendix at the end. They are.
And they didn't recommend it either.
Appendix 8. It's
They
just,
didn't recommend it either?
it's just their comments,
Okay,
planning board comments on short-term rental
so,
zoning bylaw. And
so
then.
Julie,
Yes,
when you lay this out,
it's
because-
all laid out.
it's all laid out, and is Article 24, all of their information, he's putting you, the proposed article, including bylaw language, the bylaw language is in the article, correct?
Yes, all
You-
of the language for the
Okay, so we-
citizens petition is in Article 25. We
Yeah,
cannot,
you don't need to put that, Bob.
We don't need this.
but do we
Correct.
have it at the end of 24? It has,
It
okay,
has to be at the end of 24 because
has to be at the end
24
of
is in the back.
24.
It is at the end of 24. That's where I got it from.
Okay,
Um,
I like the phrase that they're gonna read the comments of the,
Yeah.
Julie,
So can I challenge the point though, that the complete Article 25 has to be in the body and it can't be summarized and referenced?
No,
no,
it has
we
to be in the
can't touch
body.
it.
It's a petition.
Where's
We
that coming
can't
from?
touch it.
I mean,
It's the law.
It's right.
where's this? What do you mean it's the law?
It's
The
the law.
citizen's
A
petition,
citizen
we cannot
petition
touch.
to have, it has
We
to be
can't touch it.
completely written out. I know this because I wrote my own citizen petition for town meeting 3 years ago.
So we're putting 10 pages of this detailed regulations right in the body?
We have to, yeah,
We have to, yes.
yeah.
That's why we're not going to a short book.
right,
Oh, their
That's what-
fault.
that's what
Peter, I'll
happened.
defer to you if you know that to be a fact, but
I know it to be a
I
fact.
haven't seen it.
Why we're doing it.
It's a fact. And the planning board comments that, let's see, open space number, that's open space, short-term rental bylaw, appendix 7 is for, it gives you the definitions for short-term rentals. And then in appendix 8, planning board comments on short-term rental zoning bylaw. Following are comments from the planning board regarding the proposed amendment to the town's zoning bylaw for short-term rentals. And then we have
We should
appendix
tell
8.
people to refer, we should tell people to refer to appendix 8. The short,
And 9, because appendix 9,
I don't think you need to put that, Bob.
Which, the as required by law or the whole?
Yeah, I don't believe you need that. I think just following this recommendation, you'll find the complete citizens petition.
but the citizens petition comes before the citizens.
Our
petition
recommendation?
comes in. Our recommendation comes after the petition verbiage.
Then you don't need this, Bob.
So if they want the short-term rental information from the planning board, they can go to appendix 8 and 9.
and we should tell them in our 24, at the end of 24, we
It
should,
is at the end of 24.
do we tell them to go to 8 and 9 and what they'll find?
Well, it's in the appendixes and it's in their table of contents.
No, but I think we should tell them. Because if you tell me when I'm reading something right there, I want to be told where I'm supposed to go.
Well, yeah, it's 7, 8, and 9. It covers the short-term rental general bylaw. 8 is the planning board comments. 9 is short-term rental zoning bylaw.
So the only other place they should look is in appendix what?
They can look in appendix 7, 8, and 9. Appendices 7, 8, and 9, because that's all short-term rental zoning information
But,
and the planning board comment.
but which is the planning board comments?
8.
That's the one I was thinking of.
So
Okay.
what are 7 and 9?
7 is short-term rental general bylaw. And 9 is short-term rental zoning bylaw.
And those are both related to Article 24.
4,
So I would only say you'll find additional information related to this article in Appendix 8.
so on the planning board,
Yes, the planning board, because there's.
Planning board comments on this article in appendix 8. You will find planning board
planning
comments,
board comment.
planning board
Those-
comments.
And are those comments specific to this article, this petition?
No, the planning board that are in is all the short-term rentals committee.
Then take this statement out.
Okay, sorry.
There
I
was
have
one,
one, I have,
there was a planning board comment section, but it was labeled for discussion purposes only. So that is not included.
Okay,
Then do we need to
Nothing.
incorporate anything in Article 24?
No,
so let's, I have a motion. I've made a
wait,
motion, approve
I have
the,
one more thing to say before you move to.
okay,
And that is it absolutely crystal clear? I know this seems obvious to us, that the 24 and 25 are mutually exclusive, that they're alternatives, that you can't have them both?
I was trying to write that. And
Right.
Because I was just thinking maybe at the beginning of this thing that of 25, or somewhere we could say, the only word we have that is that's sort of clear about that is instead of. We say to do this instead of doing that. Should we say rather than, or somehow say it precludes? I don't know. But We were confused at the very beginning too about whether they were
Well,
alternatives.
It's funny because I don't know. I'm wondering what would happen if both of these passed. First of all, I think I've already pointed out a couple of mistakes in Article 25 where the state would probably kick it back and say, you can't do this and you can't do that, which, and I know that's not the
Right.
case with Article 24 because I believe it was reviewed by at least town council. I don't know that the other was reviewed by town council, but
Well, yeah, I mean, people who don't fully understand this may vote for them both or, or
Right.
even
Right,
against them both. So I think the fact that, I don't know, we can use the word choose or, I don't know, I just think.
I was thinking mutually exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah. You could say that 24 and 25. Well, there was something up at the top that, where you mentioned that the instead thing. We recommend, the FinCom recommends blah, blah, instead of blah, blah. And, oh, that's good. Should we put that even closer to the top somehow, since to alert them that they're going to have to make a choice?
Go
Or
ahead.
is this okay?
Is that all we?
Well, bylaw changes or, so, I mean, they're competing with each other. They cannot both pass. If you bounce back so fast.
No, we can't use that, but mutually exclusive is pretty good, the way Bob has it.
And I like the choice thing because somehow we have to tell people you have to choose one or the other.
Right, that's the
Right.
crux of it.
Yep. And we're recommending which one, but you need to choose one or the other. Well, we don't want them to choose 25, actually.
We recommended 24.
Yeah, we just put the committee
Recommend.
recommends, yeah.
They cancel each other out or something.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not quite the word, but you can't have both. I don't know.
I almost think Articles 24 and 25 mutually exclusive kind of says it. And I think
Right.
that our recommending one and not recommending the other is kind of the unfinished or unwritten sentence that we recommend that you vote for 24, but I don't think we can say we want you to vote for 24 and not 25. I think our recommendations is how we communicate that we want you to vote for 24.
Right, but that's a
is different.
slightly different point. The point here is they should vote for one or the other.
Right.
But
They're
not-
mutual, because you can't have both. Where is this gonna go? If you scroll up a bit, where is this gonna go, or down, I mean? This whole little bunch of, where does this, no, going the other direction, sorry.
That's it. That's the top right there.
Oh, that's the top, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, is there a way to put like, is there a way to try and skew, like the committee favors Article 24 as it was developed by
We
a,
already said all that.
Already
We
said
did that.
We're
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
impart, we're
Yeah.
trying to impart the message.
Yeah.
You should vote for one or the other.
That's the thing, just so that it's clear that, yeah, I think this is good, Bob.
I think so
that's great.
too. And we,
But we could say, and one or the other, but not both. Something might be implemented or some way, something like that. I'm not sure everyone is going to get it, that it really does need to be one or the other.
to be very clear, say you will need to choose either Article 24 or 25.
That's a nice way to put it. That's good, I like that. I like that.
Voters will need to choose.
Yeah, we'll, or should choose, yeah, you said that. You know, we could make it clearer, we could, unless we don't do this, this is maybe bad form, we could italicize the either and the or just the either.
Could somebody help me out? Why are we offering the choice as a,
Because we don't want them to vote for both.
Can't vote for both, because they want, the one cancels.
No, I don't think you need to say anything else. Just stop
I don't
after
either.
25.
I think voters should choose either
Yes,
Article 24 or
exactly.
25. They're
Just the way
mutually
it is,
exclusive.
right?
Or you don't
Thank
even need to
you.
say, you don't even need to say 24 or 25. Just say voters should choose either article, period.
I
Or
I
just
got
one.
all right,
One vote, yeah.
One or the other. That does it. One or the other, period,
Not
period,
vote.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Both.
very good.
but not both. That does it.
all right.
I vote
All right.
yes.
Is Tony still here?
He went to bed.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in the housing production plan meeting. He told me to text him if,
Okay,
So Allison, as our impartial observer, I'm just worried
She's
that,
looking at that in the rearview mirror.
What are you worried? That phrase?
just that
Can we
it's
even put that in?
too prescriptive.
Uh-huh, I see.
I don't, but we're recommending, you gotta choose one or the other, for gosh sakes. You can, I don't, there's, I
How
think
about-
they're
hey,
overthinking it.
That's a great idea. How about if, instead of saying voters should choose one or the other, we put the committee is recommending voters choose one or the other.
But
Mm.
not both. Yeah, that's fine.
Conflicting with what we're trying to do.
But they
What's
have
that?
to, it's not even recommending, it's that they might say
No,
that.
yeah, but I think what Bob is saying is, I don't know if legally we can tell voters to vote for one or the other, but we can
Right.
certainly recommend it.
Well, why don't we just say then that you can't vote for both
That does it.
and forget to
What's
say one
that?
or
You
the other?
can't
But they
vote for
can.
both? You can't tell somebody not to vote for
Yeah,
something.
Right.
They can vote for both. It's their right.
That's
It's
right.
their right.
Can we just avoid this? Like, we don't need to touch on this part.
All right, take the
Mm.
sentence out and let's move on.
we can
And just-
verbalize
and
it.
just
Ellen.
stop
Well,
at-
We can
mutually
verbalize-
exclusive is good. I
Oh,
think
no, I think we
mutually
should keep the
exclusive.
first sentence.
Yeah, mutually exclusive is good. Leave that.
Well,
just
it's
the
not
second-
quite,
Think so?
because it,
Can
It's-
we
it's-
verbalize, that on the town meeting floor?
Yeah, maybe
And
that's better.
article, this
Or-
article and the following article both address the same issues.
Well, how about the cover letter? Wouldn't the cover letter be
No,
enough?
I don't think we should put this in the
No.
cover letter.
No,
We
actually, I
just, we
like
just
that.
close
If-
that.
If you, whoever reads this, if they basically get up and say, before they even begin and say, both Article 24 and 25 are mutually exclusive as they both address regulations for short-term rentals. The committee recommends that voters should choose one or the other, but not both. And you're just saying that. I mean, we can check with Tony, but we could say that on town. And if Tony says, oh, you're not allowed to do that, then we don't have to do it, or we don't
Right.
do it.
yeah,
Right.
we can say that. We can totally
Right.
say that on the floor. It's not,
That's
nobody's
fine.
gonna say we can't say that.
Well, I would like to double check.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Double
yeah.
check
double
with
check,
what?
sure.
Who's gonna
And-
tell us that? I mean, this is a political process. It's an open
Well,
But we
legislative
can't tell
process.
people how to vote.
we can and should address this with Dave Conlon when we
Exactly.
have
Yes.
it.
When we meet with,
When we meet with, yes, absolutely. He's
okay.
gonna know.
Motion
All
to
right.
approve.
So,
We already have,
Right, We
motion
haven't
to-
changed anything in this one yet.
wait a minute. We
Uh-oh.
gotta go back to the other one, because I had a
Right.
motion on
there's
the
a
other one.
motion,
right?
right,
Yeah.
for
But this
Article
one-
25 to approve by Barbara. I just need a second.
Second,
Can we just go back? What is that phrase right up there above it in dark? Bob, just move up for a second. What was the one bolded right above that? Special permit requirement.
But this is not 25. This is
This is
24.
24. I know.
We need to come back to 24. Let's go to 25,
Let's
because I
get the vote.
have a motion on the floor.
Oh, we're not talking about 24 right now?
No,
Nope,
this is
we're
an
talking about
article to,
25.
This is
We
a
have-
motion to approve the
have a-
verbiage in Article 25.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
Was it
Made
second?
by Barbara, seconded by Zohora.
Can we
Okay,
pull up, can we
Barbara.
pull up Article 25, I mean, the Article 25 response, please?
It's right there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So Barbara,
Aye.
Beatty,
aye.
Sheehan,
Hold, please.
pardon me?
Hold on a second, please.
Oh,
He's reading it.
Keep going, come back to Dana.
okay. Vanderslice,
Aye.
Warren,
Aye.
Zohora,
Hi,
Carmy, I.
She and I.
Thank you. So that's
Mhm.
unanimous.
Okay, now we go to 25.
Approved.
Now we-
24. Now we
I
go
mean,
to 24.
Thank you, thank you,
Okay, and
Barbara.
this is
And,
to-
and we did make changes. Remember before I
Yeah,
said.
we
go to
did make
25,
changes.
so we
That's,
did Changes, so.
yeah, so we got to look at it again.
Yeah,
Yep.
and let me
Motion.
Agreed.
just point out, I did make this change.
I like that.
Yep. Right,
Leave
because,
that. That's good.
I vote yes.
Hold on, hold on.
wait a minute.
We don't
Immediate
have, we
action.
don't have a motion yet.
Yeah, hold on.
Wait a minute. So is this
Motion.
immediate action below, like, is it just because there's a page change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
Can we
this
start
will
at the
be-
top? Start at the top again and just scroll through slowly.
And this will be a motion to approve the amended response,
For Article,
Article 24 verbiage.
verbiage, so moved?
Can we
No,
just start at the top for 1
Wait,
second?
wait, we're good, yeah.
We need to copy the laws and capitalize the laws and bylaws. I can't remember.
Yeah,
Like in
bylaws, it's always capped.
So one of the,
both the B and the L.
Bob,
Yes.
the beginning of that paragraph, where you're at, the Advisory and Finance Committee, should we put our full name there?
Yes. The advisory and finance. Yep. Thanks, Dana.
The capital L in number 1 on that title for bylaws.
Where are you?
In bold, number 1.
Under public process to
Oh,
develop.
down here.
bylaws.
Okay, yeah, yep, sorry, I wasn't that far along.
Oh, bylaws has to have the capital L.
Yes,
But in other places.
Learn something new every day.
And then in the first sentence, Bob.
Pretty good.
I like that.
like, I like this phrase. It has a nice,
I do too.
Yeah.
there's a nice, almost Churchillian ring to it.
Thank you.
Is
That's our- that's
Churchillian a
our-
word?
That's our goal.
Oh, I'm sure. Hang on a
do
second.
we need a motion now?
Yeah, just a second. I want to just finish reading.
Yeah.
I'm slow. I have to scan. I like compromise and consensus, yes.
Okay, I have one thing. So, the Advisory Finance Committee recommends the Board of Selectmen include the short-term rental regulations, an annual licensing requirement. Do we need to have similar to a liquor license?
I think maybe we do. Or maybe not. What do you think? I can't tell
Well, it's just so people can understand it. I
what it
mean,
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I
I'm
think
good with
so.
it. Good with
I
it.
think so.
Do we
Uh,
want to say relicensing or just not complicated?
No, I think it's actually, I think it's actually
Huh.
just licensing.
It is
wouldn't be
because a new person doing this would not be yeah, you're right.
correct. Well, yeah,
Should these be capitalized? Why not?
No.
no,
who did that? Mr. Sheehan.
I would have done it too.
It might have been Mr. Vanderslice.
I don't know.
Okay, you need a comma. Okay.
Yeah.
This provides for an annual review of each short-term rental license, comma, which may result in non-renewal. That's an important comma. Yeah.
And then bylaws capitalized in the next number 3.
Yep, correct.
I don't think, oh,
Can we
I
go
don't
back
think
up
you
a
need
second?
this Article 24. Right? Article 24, you don't need this at the beginning of it, or this article is fine.
Yeah, this article requires, that's good.
Motion to approve with edits?
Hey, just a second,
Right? We're not done yet.
not done.
I already thought I made the motion, Dana.
Oh, sorry. Second.
That's. No, we can't, but we're waiting.
And I'm going to use Bob's word, I'm hearing Churchillian sounds like in the background.
Okay, so what comes down here now? Is this the bottom of 20? Can we just scroll back down?
Yep,
You'll find-
this-
Yeah, wait,
the-
why is this blue? By the law language.
So it just does that.
It just does that. Okay,
When
I'm
it
good.
comes out, it goes away, doesn't it? That's
Yeah.
how I find.
I'm good. I like
And
this.
it doesn't print. It's just offering.
Thank you for giving me the time to read it.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Can we
Uh,
take away the there in appendices 7, 8, and 9?
Yes,
Right,
take the the away.
That's what makes it read.
Yep. I knew
There
there
you
was
go.
something. It does
Wow.
know.
It
Yeah.
does know.
All right, so I make a
Google knows
motion.
So we have a motion by Zohora, seconded by Sheehan.
Yep.
All right, Barba,
Aye.
Beatty,
Aye.
Sheehan,
Aye.
Vanderslice,
Aye.
Warren,
I,
Zohora,
Aye.
Carmy, I, unanimous, I. To approve verbiage.
So Bob, where's your tracker sheet?
we don't need it. He can throw it away.
Well
We
done.
still need it because it has who's going to talk about Twitch on
Well,
it.
we haven't decided that, have we?
Right, so if you haven't had an opportunity, I know these came to you just this afternoon. Allison put these all together in one PDF and I forwarded them to you. You really should go through it and have a look. I don't know, maybe while you're having your last cup of tea for the day. I'm just putting my tea kettle on now. I'm gonna have my last cup of tea, but I looked through it this afternoon.
I didn't get mine. Well, actually, I don't know. I haven't really been downstairs in a while, so, but I didn't see anything. So I'll have to check.
Yeah,
Yeah, she did send it to us. I saw it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got it. When are we going to decide about who reads the article?
Dave- the moderator does that.
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yes, he does.
We have one more thing. What is
L.
sub-article L?
oh, a sub-article L, thank
The
you.
Ooh.
new thing on the CPC.
It's the final CPC article.
Were we supposed to get a question answered on that?
And you were laughing at my tracker.
Yes, I was. I take it all back.
Now you can throw it away.
So L is to recommend the town set aside from fiscal year 2024 community preservation funds estimated revenues for later appropriation. Any other amount not otherwise set aside or appropriated as aforesaid to be maintained in the Community Preservation Fund General Reserves Account for later appropriation. And I think we had the question for Allison, but she had to
I jumped off early the last meeting. My neighbor's house caught on fire while
Oh, my
you
gosh.
guys were, and my husband decided to run over there, so.
Hardly an excuse.
Well, is everybody
The dog
okay?
ate your
It was
homework.
scary,
It's
yeah,
serious.
their shed caught on fire and then in the back of the house, but everybody made it out okay, so. It was
Awesome.
just-
Brave husband.
So I added subsection L and I notified the CPC of it. It's standard subsection that's there every year. And basically what it does is we don't know the total amount of revenue that's coming in for FY24. It's just based on an estimate right now. So what this does is whatever is not spent through article, appropriated through articles A through the other articles, the rest of the revenue that is brought in FY24, it'll be put into the reserve fund. And then they can use it to appropriate for following years. It's standard. It's been the last subsection of CPC articles for every year.
Yeah, I remember it.
Right.
Has the
All right.
CPC voted on it?
That I don't know. I responded to Lynn that we always have this article. She didn't say anything in response to it. I don't know.
And I believe that it was brought up last night at the Board of Selectmen's meeting. We'd have to ask Tony if that was,
Yeah,
because I
let me,
know they had to approve all the CPC articles last night at the Board
Right.
of Selectmen's meeting. So
So-
Al would have been in with the rest.
So
Yeah.
is there a requirement that others vote on this before we do?
The Board of Selectmen.
Yeah, but how about the CPC?
I mean, if the Board of Selectmen has voted on it, then I don't see why we wouldn't.
And
be
yeah,
able to.
and I thought that Tony was in touch with Lynn, that Lynn or one of her committee members had to be at last night's Board of Selectmen's meeting.
yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't on the meeting last night. I'm texting Tony now.
Can we vote?
It's-
Can we vote to recommend
I think-
pending a
I think so.
positive vote by
Okay, so
Board of
moved.
Selectmen?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
second that.
I can't make a motion, so somebody else has to.
Yeah,
It's
I
Judy
just
just
did.
made the motion
They
and I
made it.
second.
Sorry.
Barbara,
What is the
Aye.
motion again?
the motion is to approve
Pending.
sub-article L.
Subject to approval by the Board of Selectmen.
Right,
Okay,
subject to,
Thank you.
yeah. So Barbara,
Aye,
Beatty,
Aye.
Ian,
aye.
Vanderslice, Warren,
Aye.
Zohora,
Aye.
Carmy, aye, so it'll be unanimous.
Good. And we don't have to write anything because the
We
CPC.
just have to put in recommended, which. where is it?
So just a random question, Bob. We've already voted on the omnibus. And is it final now? Wasn't it voted last night by the Board of Selectmen?
It's been final since February, but they think they made some minor changes and they would have done it last night at the meeting.
Yeah, excuse me, maybe it's the wrong words. Final, without any edits.
It's final, no changes.
Well, no, it has changed since February.
Since February, yes, but it's been finalized.
So, Alice, is what was voted on last night by the Board of Selectmen the same as what we voted on
11.
Tuesday?
Yes. It's the same.
And there you have it.
We need to vote on it again.
It's the same.
No, it's the same
There are no changes.
since we voted on it.
Right, so guys, I'm just about done. Sorry, Beth, I'm gonna have to go. Do we have a quorum if I'm not here?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, we're all
Um,
done, right? Are we?
We
are
done?
I think we're just waiting to hear, Allison texted Tony
okay.
about the.
And do we have to now vote which would feel so great. And Judy, if you could stay for just teeny, do we now vote the entire warrant and say, done, we did it, all good? Do we do that?
Not
No,
yet.
because we've voted
Done it
individually.
piece by piece.
Okay,
All
cool,
voted.
excellent.
So I mean, I think the next motion that would be appropriate would be a motion to adjourn, since there
I'll
are.
make that motion to
Wait,
adjourn.
wait, wait,
Wait,
wait,
wait,
wait,
wait,
wait. We're
wait.
waiting to see if Allison gets a response
On
from
what?
Tony.
On what?
L,
Subsection L, he's not responding.
probably in bed.
You
Well,
think
we
he-
voted for it pending clarification on L, so we can, get the
Okay.
clarification afterwards.
So it
So-
has to go to the printer tomorrow.
Right, so if Allison gets a response from Tony that he says no, Allison will call us all. And we'll all come back on a Zoom and complete it, right?
I don't think we can. I think once we adjourn this meeting,
Right,
we would have to go through the public notice process.
right.
So,
Peter, is there a way you can, what's it called? Stop the meeting, but keep it open.
yes, continuing. You can continue the meeting.
So maybe
Okay,
maybe
continuing.
that's the motion, is we continue the meeting, then how do we
The
eventually?
problem is you continue the meeting, you still have to do the public posting process.
Oh,
You can continue it, but like, we can continue which keeps the meeting keeps the meeting open.
active, open,
However, but you still have to post the meeting.
when we open
have
it,
to
when we
post-
get back
You
together.
still have to
post
meet the
the
requirements of
continued
posting a meeting.
Which doesn't do us any good for getting this off to the printer tomorrow. Although, Allison, in theory, we could put in the recommendation, we can send it to the printer. He can do all the things he needs to do and get it set up, and
Yeah,
before,
we still have to proof it. So
Right.
they send us a proof.
right, okay.
Mhm. Trying to call Tony, he's not answering.
While you're doing that, I want to say one thing, which is, Dana, we went back very carefully, and I know it took, Judy, you were right. It took a long time. We went through it, but I think we did a really good job. And I think what we have now is clearer and makes good sense and sets the right tone, sets the right tone and lays out the important ideas. So I think it was worth it. It took a long time and it required a lot of parsing, but we did good.
Thank you
Yeah.
all, yes.
We have a lot
Thanks
of,
for mentioning that. I
Yeah.
did want
Tony,
to
well,
say,
Were you guys
Oh,
looking
Ah.
for me on something?
yes, please help us.
The CPC articles, the L, the one that got added just very recently, did the Board of Selectmen approve that?
Last night, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yay, then I think we can have a motion to either recommend or not recommend that subarticle L.
okay, we
Motion to
have,
recommend.
Well, we haven't,
we had a motion, okay, so the motion is to recommend sub-article L,
And
Second,
I,
okay. Barba,
aye,
Beatty,
aye.
Ian,
aye.
Vanderslice,
aye,
Warren,
I,
Zahora,
Aye.
Kari, aye, so that's unanimous.
and then we be done.
so do we have,
To adjourn?
do you have to do public?
I-
Closed forum,
There's nobody here.
comments?
Yeah, I earlier said, a public forum, but there's no members of the public here.
Okay,
right? So none. Okay.
Do we have to meet again? I mean, we usually meet right before town meeting.
I,
Do we-
Yes.
And
I
do we
ex-
know who's going to talk to which article?
well, that's
Dave
what I
usually-
asked.
Dave usually decides that, doesn't he?
Right, we do.
I thought we decided it.
We will.
no,
need-
we decided.
Yeah, remember we gave Judy that horribly long one last year?
Where they got
Right.
omnibus.
I,
We
I,
will
I'm-
need, with the
I'm assuming it's,
moderator.
yeah,
and-
I'm
and he-
assuming it's the same as in this tracker. So that, this
Okay.
is what I'll give to Dave.
Right,
So Allison and I actually put that together. We'll put together the motions and we'll put together who's reading them. And if you want, we can follow your tracker. And then, yes, we will meet a couple days in person
Right.
before town meeting to do basically a dry run
Yeah.
of the motions, and legal and selectmen and Dave will be there to articulate if it's a 2/3 or a majority vote or whatever. It's basically our dress rehearsal.
Yep.
And then and we do it in person.
Up on the stage usually.
That's where we did it last year. We could do that, do it that way again. And then you guys will also post a meeting for the morning of town meeting as well.
Right. When we get the final numbers.
Mhm.
Right, just, and you can put my name under omnibus there, Bob. Yeah,
All right.
that's fine.
It has to be one person, is that the case?
Yeah,
No, I can do the salary classification plan and the other ones for Judy. Just because you had Bob and Allison down there, but I can read those.
okay.
I
perfect.
don't have anything else to read if I don't do them.
Oh, okay, then,
Okay,
all
good.
right. I didn't realize that that was it for you, but okay,
No, I have, there is another one. I forget what it is.
that's
but-
all right, whatever.
And
Okay,
that
so-
night, that night, if you guys want to make any changes, we can easily
Yeah.
make
Sure.
those changes on Friday and in the documents, and they'll all be ready for you when you show up on Saturday.
And you give us that book where you have our names and everything on them.
Yeah,
Big-
I'll provide that to you. For
Big
you.
big font,
Thanks,
Allison.
Allison.
Thank you. It's much
Um,
appreciated.
Gosh, Julie, thank you so much for putting it all together.
Yes.
well,
This
I
is-
didn't put it all together. I put some of it together. Allison put a whole
Allison have done
it together,
it.
and then she merged it all together. And I'm gonna ask Bob if he could, right after this meeting, send what
Yes.
we just finalized to both Allison and myself.
Will do.
Still terrific. We've been through years where it's been miserable, and this has been much better. Thank you very, very much.
Well,
Thank
I,
you.
I have a lot of praise for both Tony and Allison.
Always.
Whereas-
And Bob, Bob started
Oh,
us
Bob.
earlier
I'm
this
just
year.
saying on the book.
Oh,
Tony
yeah.
and Allison really guiding me through this whole process. And teaching me new things. It's been a wonderful experience, even though I've got a lot more gray hair now than I did in January, but that's okay.
Can't believe we're through it, but I believe Dana made a motion, and I'd
Wait,
like
wait,
to.
wait. I want to thank Bob because Bob got us organized earlier this year. And he had charts and things that we didn't have in the past, and all of that really helped.
I
So
agree.
I want to
Yep.
thank Bob for that.
Thanks, Bob.
Betty Captain.
Yes,
You're-
with his,
So motion by Dana,
Second,
Barbara,
Aye.
Beatty,
aye.
Jan,
Aye.
Vanderslice,
Aye.
Warren,
I,
Charmy, I, Zahora,
aye.
unanimous once again.
Wow.
Thank you guys very much. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Have a
Take
great night.
care.
good
Everyone,
night, everyone.
Take
Thank you all.
Aye.
Good
Great
night.
job, great job.
yes.
Thank you.
Back at you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Allison. Thank you so much.
Bye. Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.